2 o'clock on Monday afternoon here. Let's get into the final 2 hours of a Monday afternoon session here that's turning into a pretty exciting one, and a lot has to do with this. Right now, Digital World Acquisition Corporation still going. 50 incoming here pretty quickly, actually just getting blown through. Huge volume behind this move as well for DWAC again. Get ready for DJT as of tomorrow's trade. If you own Digital World Acquisition Corporation shares, you will find them renamed as of tomorrow. I was looking at a few other things as well. Here's the dollar downside a little bit this morning. Yields are higher across the board at this point this afternoon, but everyone paying attention to this right now. Yeah, 50 just comes and goes there for DWAC, still on a bit of a mission. Apple, we were talking about this morning. Downside coming off this note from the EU following suit with the DOJ from Friday with an antitrust suit of its own launched as of this morning. Google and a few other big tech names also mentioned in that, but Apple still negative on the day. Bit of a bounce back right now, Meta and Google. Yeah. Randy's beside me. We were talking about lawnmowers, AI lawnmowers, and robo lawnmowers. Coming up this afternoon, we'll touch on a few things as far as EVs are concerned as well. Tesla, Rivian. Why don't we get over to the desk, because this thing is still going, guys. We're watching DWAC here. 52 incoming quickly.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Yeah, DWAC's starting to go right now as well. So welcome back to the jungle. Yeah, we got fun and games. So I don't have Unity in my ear. I know you guys are trying to fix that. So if you have to go back to Brendan, let me know. There it goes, man. Yeah, nice little punch through 50, I think was the call. Tomorrow it goes DJT, I guess. That's what we're hearing. So We'll have to wait to see. There it goes right now. This might be that this is your last day, as far as I know, to trade DWAC. So here it goes, nicely done to the upside. I got to get into the right chat. We were just watching this. It's a nice trade. It's a nice trade back to the upside right now as well. NVIDIA was just down here, down into 950 or so. Got to 955. Nice move. Nice blast back to the upside here for this name. 960 right now starting to go, but it's all about DWAC right now trying to break above 52 bucks. I mean, it's been here before, maybe 55. Who knows? But it's Digital World Acquisition Corp starting to blast off right here, Obi. So I'm going to look like maybe go pay for some shorts, see how expensive they are, but it's a nice upside move here for DWAC.
Yeah, absolutely wild there. I know some of the guys in the back definitely printing on that one. Yeah, strong taker. I didn't even realize what the news was until I started seeing this crazy move here right now. But previous day break off that 48, absolutely wild. Can't even get below VWAP after the morning session, reclaims and then slowly kind of builds into it before kind of coming back into this previous levels from the day, and also it would seem a little bit of confluence from end of day. Holy hello. There it is. Somebody just, I got to be watching the tape on this one. Holy, did you see that, Sean?
Someone just quadrupled. Yeah,
51 to down to 48. Absolutely wild there. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, take a quick look. I had to take a quick look at the market as well, seeing as what it's doing there. But yeah, crazy. Holding VWAP right now.
Yeah, I just want to say, anybody trading this DWAC, it's like, that's just a 50 break that just happened. And I remember when I traded NVIDIA when it was first starting to get real spicy through 900, through 800, big levels get big stops. So watch out, just be very, very careful if you're using marketable orders. The spread alone when it breaks is like 50 cents, let alone a pressure coming from exit liquidity. So just be careful, DWAC bumping around here. I've got Benzinga in my ear, we've got Brendo, we've got everybody else ready to go. So I'll let you guys know if we hear anything, but right now DWAC is bumping. I'm short Intel and the NASDAQ right now and long Bitcoin.
All right, let's jump into what we were talking about. Yeah, there's nothing new that I see coming out of that Trump presser this afternoon. More optimism maybe just about what's to come tomorrow. Keep an eye out though. Here's Micron having 8% kind of a day. We were talking about this Chinese ban for US-based semiconductors this morning. So NVIDIA downside, AMD downside. We're also discussing the angle on the fact that Google came out and said they're going to team up with Intel and Qualcomm and look to challenge at least NVIDIA's CUDA software that's currently kind of chaining everyone into their GPUs. But here's Micron anyways, not related to that, but nice day, guys, for MU up 8.
Yeah, we shouldn't be forgetting second day plays, that's for sure. I mean, Micron just continued to go upside there. Our third day plays, I guess. What even day was that? You know, the strong just keep getting stronger here. As we just mentioned, NVIDIA back up to the upside again. So DWAC, you got that on my mind. Micron, I mean, we mentioned this, man. As soon as you broke through that $100 level, got up to 110, there was another level higher up at 120, but you're still gonna go to the high side here with Micron, and it's continuously moving. So I just think that you wanna look at 120. We're coming into that level right now. We've already been there today, and then it faded off of 121, but look what it held. Held the 200 period, held VWAP the whole way. So this is looking really healthy, man. You gotta like this stock here, Micron. Looking good to break 120 to the upside. So yeah, the strong just keep getting stronger. We'll just be weaker and weaker here because we'll stay short Intel for now. We actually made money back shorting Intel up at these levels. We'll try one more time as Intel. We lost on it early. This was our early idea. It was good until about quarter after. Then it started going and we gave some back. But then, you know, during the midday, which I find sometimes easier to trade, you find that level up there, 42, and then we got lower off that. So our last short right there, 42.20. That's our stopping spot now. If we break higher than that, then we're done. Let's just wait to see what happens with the rest of them. AMD, we made some money back on that short until it broke higher again. Still battling in and around that 180. So yeah, I'm short everything now. We should have been long Micron. I just got a coffee, but thank you, Randy. And you didn't have any Micron trades, did you?
No, I didn't have any Micron trades, but I did have some Intel. And yeah, definitely chips with the dip was what we were saying in the morning, and dip they did in the pre-market. But a little bit of a different story coming right off the open on both Intel and AMD. A little bit of a lick grab of those pre-market lows, and then you break this consolidation high. Kind of similar story on both of them, as AMD reclaims that VWAP and wild strength. You guys are definitely here with us when we were watching this and trying to participate in it. I was getting short, but clearly the short was not there. And the long was the right way. It's still kind of going there. I am short again, a little bit in and around this 42 level. Let's see where we go from here. But I was looking at this kind of a flush there, looking for a potential reversion. But it seems like it's just going to continue, potentially just continue going up. But NVIDIA kind of showing that similar kind of strength, right? We can come back in, then those 950s hold, and now we're pushing back towards an attempt at high of day as of right now, with the market pushing highs as well. So definitely chips on watch today.
Yeah, let's go on to Tesla here. Actually just popped up in front of me. Here's why. A little bit of volume coming back in through 173 here, it looks like. For Tesla, trying to get back to the upside. 2 days in a row, green anyways, coming off a nice reversal on Friday. 1.4 currently. There was a number of individual things we were talking about this morning, a few notes from analysts. Kathy Wood was in there buying up a whole bunch Thursday and Friday of last week as it got down to 165, 166. There's more notes on that FSD version 12 as well.
Yeah, and it was interesting because we started off the day, I figured we'd be red. Mizuho analyst Vijay Rakesh downgrading NIO, Rivian, Tesla, saying that he sees a lot of stress in the EV market, lower demand, this, that, and the other. And Tesla is one of the best performing Mag 7 names on the day, just right behind NVIDIA, Brendo. So up back to 170s.
We had garlic bread for lunch.
Awesome.
Somebody just rewarmed or reheated some. Smells fantastic in here. I
can't. All right, Tesla downgrade. So we looked at a nice little top there earlier about Tesla. I mean, wow, did Tesla ever get going early here today? Just straight upside. Did not really see that. We actually wrote it down as a possible negative catalyst with that Xiaomi product coming through. And then we talked about, you know, sort of the problems there in China, so on and so forth. So we'll have to wait to see. Are you coming to talk to me, Fabian? Yeah, it's double speaking in my ear. Have you restarted it? Yeah, I've done that. All right, so anyways, as we go, Tesla just coming in here, 173, 173.50. I think it's a long. It's already showed its hand today. Again, I guess the 50 period, but hasn't done much here. I don't know. I'm a little bit like I want to trade this DWAC. This has been a good level here at 172, so it needs to pull back. The future is starting to go upside. I have been shorting here the TQs, so we're short rate here right now on that one. So let's give it a shot here on shorting the market. But I like pullbacks in Tesla. I think if there's going to be any long, then we'll go for that one there on TQs. We'll go for the Tesla. So let's get Tesla long if we can. But for right now, just waiting to see what happens on this market. And if you're wondering about these levels, like where I'm going to get stopped out, it's very close. Like we're just back in to where we were basically on Friday. So I just thought that there's no way. The market was down today. We had a lot of these investigations. We thought NVIDIA was starting to go back down to the downside. So I just didn't see the NASDAQ getting positive today, and it looks like it's going to do that. So, wow, congratulations on the longs. I mean, that's been great. But that's what I'm holding. So we're just about 20 cents away from TQs coming out. I'm going to short the market against Friday. It's just I was not expecting the market to get back to green here today. So we're going to hold to see if that happens.
Yeah, I like that Tesla move in the morning as well. We kind of talked about
just did now.
that previous day high. Kind of did some RVOL on Friday as well. Previous day high, previous day low, and yeah, right through that previous day high. What is this? 171 and some change. Take a look at that strength. This is a 5-minute chart. So let's go down to that 1 minute and see how clean that really was. Through that 171 and some change right here. So what's the high there? 171.15, and the first candle high goes to 171.25. The second candle low, this is on the 1 minute. The low is at 170.89. So yeah, it did kind of do a little bit of a chop, but strength right off of that, right off the open, it would seem through the pre-market highs, through previous day highs, from 169 all the way to 175, absolutely wild. Some strong opening drive action there on Tesla, and it seems like we kind of pulled back a decent amount, good little retracement, and now we've reclaimed some of this VWAP. That's really interesting. 171.60s. Okay, so we're attempting to push back up. That's what we're seeing here. Let's see what Tesla does today. But that opening drive, absolutely wild, crazy. Definitely missed out on that one.
All right, let's go on to big tech. Back to the upside here, as I mentioned, coming in at 2 o'clock there for Apple right now. Coming off of, if you missed it this morning, that was not the note I was looking for, but there were a few analyst moves on this as well. There's EU antitrust note here this morning following what happened with the DOJ and Apple back on Thursday and Friday of last week. We got more details about it going into Friday last week. Yeah, I mean, not good here across the board. Apple, Meta, Google all mentioned in this, but yeah, market shrugs its shoulders and just goes right back up.
Yeah, Meta and Google still right on the day. Apple going a little green here. With respect to Apple, the actual allegations that are being made against them is they're preventing users from knowing about cheaper alternatives. They're also making it hard to uninstall some pre-installed software on the iPhone and iPad. And they're prompting users to change default apps, which is, in the opinion of the European Union, anti-competitive. So we'll have to see how it does. But today, pop right back up.
Yeah. Just keeping an eye on Tesla here. I just saw on the scanner again, maybe rejecting this. Nothing to worry about for Tesla, but back towards day highs.
All right. Yeah, Tesla, we just looked at that one. What a crazy move there. All right, so we actually did really well shorting Apple early on this news. So that was really good. Unfortunately, we don't have that very first move. And again, Apple with sort of a little tricky, like, I thought the news would have been way worse. Like when we came in and it was only down basically nothing, kind of like where we were right now, just a little bit lower than this. I was surprised. So that first move did not surprise me. We waited until we got a 170 break, which we took, and we got the low of the day, like 169.50. We actually have a 169.50 print. So that worked out real well. Then it came back and we shorted again off another, what we thought would have been like a little bit of a shelf there at 170.30, was able to take profit until eventually it broke 50 and we got out. That was good, but then the pullback into VWAP was so much better. And then there's the move back up to the upside. So I guess the European Union, little investigation here. Whether or not it ends in a fine or something gets settled, it doesn't seem like Apple's too worried about this. So that continues to go that way. Google, very, very similar. I mean, we've really liked Google long. But look, early, boom. Nice washout right down to the bottom and a battle right back up to another key level 150. So Google bounces off 150 top, Apple bounces off 170 bottom. And then, man, oh man, Obi, the one to have looked at because it was a little obvious because the level. I mean, Apple's was 170, right? But at this time we were breaking to the bottom. It's just this came into 500 and stopped and then bounced up within minutes back up to 505, 504. So like it just got going right off that 500 level. Hard to be able to tell a bottom other than an even dollar level. No spike in volume down there, but what a move back up for Apple or for Meta. So that this to me, again, because we're talking about the tech, the EU, this was the biggest one to pick up. Meta continues to perform real well, trying to break out. I really like Meta here, and yeah, any more pushes down to $5 needs to be bought for sure.
Yeah, that Apple definitely showing some strength after that nice continuation or bigger picture kind of flush. We know we've been selling off of the antitrust kind of. The DOJ investigation as well. But yeah, a little bit of a sell-off coming in off the open, but we kind of catch a little bit of a bid as well on Apple, and the markets are kind of pushing towards their highs, a little distinctly different than we kind of came into the day with. We saw how aggressive that was, and that aggression, it seems like it set precedent for some buying to come in at that 18.5, it would seem. But yeah, so we're holding that 18.5. Tech kind of looking like it was weak in the morning, right? And then we kind of negated that idea pretty strong.
Some biotech names here. GSK running, Sanofi running as well. Nice little move to the upside right now with SNY. 49 up to 50 and change. Again, without knowing like any kind of drugs or anything that they may have in the pipeline or some kind of a report on something else. But here's GSK. Wow. They got a nice little gap to the upside as well. So Glasgow, a lot moving here to the upside again. So 43.50 pulling back, but some volume coming in on some of these names as we still stay short the Qs.
Yeah, it looks like an offering just filed, guys, for GSK. It's a shelf. It says size not disclosed, however. It's the annual general meetings on for GSK, so just be aware. Let's touch on Bitcoin. Basically day highs right now. For BTC, it's been a positive day for some of these equities related, but Mara, for example, nowhere near as strong as Bitcoin itself. Coinbase as well, a little bit back and forth. You found one though that's still pretty impressive.
Yeah, CLSK, Brendo, CleanSpark really having a day here. 22.25% to the good, breaking through that $24 area, and this is all on the week. Last week, when we had record outflows out of the spot ETFs, IBIT, and the others, we make up for that aggressively on Monday here with Bitcoin right above 70,000 again.
Yeah, just hanging out 70,500 right now.
Yeah, wow, what a good, I mean, congratulations, man. That was a monster. We got a nice move upside today now in BTC, boy. I mean, that is starting to go. We traded IBIT. We got it pretty good too. We're 30 cents in the money now on IBIT. I mean, here's just a look at the stock. Well, at the stock. Whatever, might as well be a stock at this point. Bitcoin just continues to move higher right there. There's that break. So it went the other way. You know, like we were talking about what about a downside move just because of how Bitcoin's been reacting. But just over the last couple minutes here, look at the 1 minute chart. Kind of dead here. Watch out for that top 71,000, trying to base out. What is this? I haven't said this is a 100 period moving average, so on a minute chart shouldn't really mean too much, but nice little move to the upside right now. I think we can break higher here in Bitcoin. If you're going to look at a daily chart, I mean, look how smooth this looks right now. Right now, bouncing off 70, trying to get back up to the upside here, and it looks to me like we want to take it. So there's 73 bouncing, good support down here. I mean, that's 66 or so. We were just there this morning. So that's what we were talking about. Watch out. You can move $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 no problem on this. So I would actually say right now it's getting geared up to try to make a run back at the top. So I really like it, and that made me get into iBit. So bit by bit, we'll see if we can make some money here, because we were initially short, and this is when we came on the show, and it was the midday show. We get that really nice bump up, and then we basically faded it off 70,000. So this was a good trade until it eventually broke and we got out. Then we flipped long, and now we're riding it to the upside. So again, a little bit there on the short, and then flat, and then go long, basically above 70,000. So right now we're long iBit, we're long at 40 bucks, and I'm sort of equating that with 70,000. So that recent high up there is 40.40. We'll see if we can get out some more there. And then we just want to hold this, because if we start to moon, we got to have something. We'll talk about Coinbase in a minute, but any thoughts there, Obi?
Yeah. I just I think I'm just looking at Bitcoin here. I'm not really involved in any of the crypto stocks today, but we talked about kind of why, but definitely in the wrong direction. We were looking for sure, as the Bitcoin rips off of the open and in some of the pre-market session as well. But with Bitcoin moving like that, we do have some moves in names like Coin. You know, we saw that I forget who it was, but somebody in the chat mentioning earlier about Coin. And take a look at that. It's really strong and now consolidating in its upper, upper quartile, if you want to call it that, above VWAP as well, on top of 275, 276 as well. So some decent action there in step with that Bitcoin move. Let's see what MSTR is up to. We know that this is also interesting. Oh boy, take a look at MSTR, Sean. Have you seen this one? Up about 250 points on the day. Is there a place in here where you think I could potentially risk like 1 or 2 points, or like I have to risk like 10 points?
Hilarious. No. Randy's here, wants to mention that XOM's up another %, so good trade on that one, Randy. As that continues to go to the upside, I mean, XOM off some of that bottom of 100 bucks has been pretty smooth. We have like 1 or 2 red days in the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So XOM, obviously, huge move back up to the upside, getting ready to trim some of that, Randy.
I'll buy brisket.
Okay, brisket's on Randy. Yes, I like it. We still got to go there. We're going to go there this week. Let's go there. It's supposed to be 11 degrees on Thursday.
Oh, no way.
So, am I here Thursday? Yeah, we should just go. Yeah, before Good Friday. Oh, yeah, no show on Friday.
Big sad.
Oh, well. That sucks, but it's all good. It's all good. Good Friday. Yeah, we don't like Good Fridays around here. Well, we do. I shouldn't say that because I don't want to get in trouble with that. We don't like vacation days around here. Days off. Take vacation days, but I don't like days off. So we'll take that in. But Good Friday is a good one because everyone at school, the kids all get it, so it's like a big family. So it's just an extra, it's an extra weekend. So we like that one for sure. XOM, crypto. Right, Coinbase. So just quickly here, we're still long. You just mentioned Coinbase there. So we got out of that once it broke that high. We had talked about taking $3. Then we tried it again right there and got out. The high 284. I still like Coinbase in and around this 282 for a short. So we'll watch out for that one. Coinbase coming in around 282. Looking to see a short in this market, man. I like the short in the market only because we talked about where we're back to. Maybe we'll go here. We're just trying to get, that's still Coinbase. We're just trying to get back to where we were on Friday. So we just kind of closed that gap right here. This is Friday, so we're right at that level. I just didn't think the NASDAQ would go green today. It tried, and it may just do that. But let's see if the Qs can come back in. We just took a fill there at 50. Let's see if we get lower. All right, let's go over to Boeing quickly, and we'll wrap this thing up.
Listening, MSTR as well, just so impressive again today, back to all-time highs. Just goes up. Huge day, 22.25% for MicroStrategy today. Let's touch on Boeing here. It's a little bit boring when you have a look at Boeing's chart compared to MicroStrategy, to be expected. Zoom in a little bit. We gap up this morning on this note that the CEO, the chairman, both gone by the end of the year. There's a couple other changes they announced as well. On the executive side of things, comes right back in though.
And it's interesting because remember last week we heard about these American Airlines wanting to meet with the board of Boeing without Calhoun there. And then we come today and Calhoun's out saying it was his choice. Kind of really questioned that. But with respect to another headline here that's Boeing adjacent, United Airlines now under investigation by the FAA for multiple Boeing related incidents, whether it was the 737 MAX or the 777-200. So Boeing continuing to be in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, Brendo.
Reddit just popping up in front of me here. Yeah, there was some volume there, I guess, at 53, but Reddit trying to bounce, guys. Another one we didn't mention, but really nice day here, 15% for RDDT.
All right, yeah, we looked at that Reddit. We like that Reddit as a play there. We will talk about that in a minute. We did get some more lows there in the queues, so that was good. We were able to get a piece out there. Yeah, we tried Boeing at 92. It looks like 92 is a great level, but it looks like it might have been the top, not the bottom. So we tried that right there. We just respected it. I think all these management changes are a great thing. They seem to can't get their you-know-what together, current management. So let's just roll the dice with somebody else. The best trade here is just getting into some support. You came into that support right there at 180, 175. Great little longs against that October low. I still say you stick the course. And if you did get some long there, you know, maybe if tomorrow, you know, you can get back up into the 190, if you didn't sell this morning, holding on to see what would happen, I would say this is a decent selling spot. You know, take your 10% or so, get something out in and around 195. I like Boeing up there to get a little bit out if you were able to buy something down there. So I still like the stock. I still think it's fine. It's just, I feel like you might as well be patient now. Let new management come in, figure that out, and then, you know, get some of that FAA warnings past them. Maybe they'll like the new management and take that as a positive. So, you know, we'll sit on some Boeing. I like the trade, 190 buy or maybe a break above 192.50. Bigger fish to fry here today as the NASDAQ's coming back in finally.
Yeah, we were talking about how like potentially, yeah, this could be running up due to that management change, maybe some forward-looking stuff in the pre-market, come out the open, and the market's just like, yeah, no, we're just going to sell off right off the open, forget about that bid, and slams right into that 190 off of 197, a nice little 7, or I guess 6. 196 is the opening price right here, if I'm not mistaken. 196.01, slamming right into 190 right off the open. Couldn't really get past this pre-market low, that news reaction low on that flush, but it seems like we're kind of consolidating a little bit sideways on top of this 190 after attempting to break it on Boeing. But yeah, let's see if this name can take flight again, as it is been selling off over the past couple of weeks here. A bit of a 50% retracement, nice little strength in the pre-market today. Interesting. Okay, so there's a little bit of a shelf here as well that confluences with yesterday's high, it would seem. So some strength through that level, maybe potentially in the pre-market, coming right back in off the open. Let's see where this name goes in the next coming days here. It seems like this is potentially holding higher lows as well.
Buying some of this IBIT seems to have been a good idea right there, as Bitcoin right there just goes and yeah, we're back up to the high of the day, man. There's Bitcoin right there. So we take that fill back up to the high of the day. So good. I mean, as we can look, we sometimes will talk about some of the different coins. We do it on the morning show. We should actually have a crypto segment in the afternoon probably too. You guys like that idea? We should probably do that. Go over some crypto names in the afternoon like we do in the morning. But right there, so there it is, man. A nice little move up there, 70,774. You can see we have that down there. Solana, we got a few more unstaked, so we're happy with that one. And we will start to get some more out of Solana soon because that's a nice move. I believe its high is like 207. 204, 207. Dogecoin, shout out to Nimit. He mentioned this to me about a week ago, actually. Up 30%, so good call on that one. Cardano, trying to get going. We did sell some of that. Shiba Inu. I mean, some of the other names that are going, I don't look at them all, but I try to look at the ones that many of you have mentioned in the chat. So there it is. Some nice little moves upside. Polygon's been a little disappointing, I would think. Right there, number 18, Matic. Polygon. So there it is right there. If you guys are going to look at some different names today, maybe like Amara, one of these miners, they had a nice downside push last week. And we talked about into some of those levels, man, 17, 18 and whatnot. So these were pretty good levels downside on Mara. So, you know, I think if you get to that level again, would be worth buying. All right, Intel, we just got a fill down there. We did come back finally. We need to break 42. That's really what we're waiting for. If we could do that, great. But that's the play. So I kind of want to wait for that. I have a lot lower bids. I'm actually going to cancel some of them here. You know, well below 42 bucks. Like if the market gives it up, this is what I want. Like I want some smoke, honestly. Like we want to see some downside push here in some of these names. Like NVIDIA's done really well to stay up here. I want to see the futures come back in. I mean, we just bounced off the 50 period. Let's try to test some of these levels, man. Like we already had a nice move up. Let's see if we can give some of this up. Like the futures on the NQ here, Obi. I mean, you know, we're at some levels here.
Yeah.
You know, like there's our 18.6. We're still ways away from that. I mean, that's 50 handles higher. But I still feel like we need to retrace back in a little bit. With many of the earnings in the window, we now do have in the rear view, but now we look forward to end of the month, end of April, where we get some of the big guys coming through. I was just looking today. There's not a whole heck of a lot coming this week, man. It's GameStop. Tonight we have Dada. That's a famous one around here. And then other than that, there's not.
Carnival.
Yeah, Carnival. Yeah, that's Wednesday.
Here we go. I got it up right here.
Sure. I looked. I mean, you can look at it.
Yeah, Wednesday before the open, CCL. I had that
hopefully the
one
Qs.
on watch as well. But yeah, nothing too crazy. We are kind of in the tail end of that earnings season. But I think again, starting off with the banks in a couple of weeks. I think JPM. You're saying it.
Yeah, the banks normally started off. We'll have Alcoa normally kicks it off as well.
Yeah.
Walgreens Boots Alliance kicks it off. Actually, the biggest Dow name, the first Dow name I believe is later this week.
Okay.
WBA. So that's going to be a big one.
Thursday before the open.
They have new management there and everything. They're going to try to figure that out. I think it's still I think it's a female from Express Scripts that's over there, what was a major pharmacy that got bought out for $60 billion or something. So Walgreens Boots Alliance there, a big name. But you know what? Their last report, actually, they got smoked because they were basically a forever dividend payer. And then they came out with a cut there. I just said smoked. Where was it? All right, so they're coming now, March. So yeah, I guess it would have been in here. Somewhere in here with the move down, and then that's created some of these bottoms, and we're actually still there right now. I'm surprised we had that move up. Oh, that's from October though. No, that's December. Okay, so nice move up, then all the way back, fills the gap. So we're going to see about Walgreens. I look out below on this one. I mean, are people still shopping? I mean, we don't really hear around here. Shoppers Drug Mart, I think, has been pretty strong. Loblaws went ahead and bought them, so there's been some consolidation in some of the pharmacies. But other than that, man, Costco. Amazon. I mean, people just seem to be buying a lot of their stuff from those places. And I don't know where it's like where many of our viewers are, but like even here, Walmart, I was there yesterday because my kids, have you heard it's a Mr. Beast thing? It's those circle drink things. Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine. And it's water bottle that has the flavor in it. It's like a flavor capsule. Anyways, whatever, they sell them at Walmart. It doesn't matter. Anyways, we were there, and I was looking, and my kid goes like, why was like the baby formula, or I think it actually was baby formula, it was all locked up. And it's just like, it's because of theft and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't want, and so it's like you want to go buy a razor and things like that.
Yeah, those are usually locked up, right?
Right,
I mean,
so then what's the point? So you got to go there, waste your time, wait for someone to come and unlock it for you, blah, blah, blah. Or I just open up my phone, go Amazon, get it delivered, sometimes same day, maybe even less money than that. And I don't have to worry about going in and out of Walmarts, which, I mean, whatever, I like the stock. I think we can all admit it's not like the greatest. Yes.
It's more efficient to buy online.
Yes, it means like, well, why won't you just wait for someone to come to the desk for you? Because I don't have patience. I can order it here right now, order it and have it there by the time I get home.
Yeah, that's perfect.
So it's actually better than me stopping at Walmart on the way home and dealing with that.
I think they're
Ramin agrees finally with something.
They've been taking a lot of market share as well, right?
Man. I told my wife about, she was wearing her Skims. You ever heard of Skims brand?
Skims?
Skims.
No. I've heard of Spanx.
Oh yeah, it's similar. Yeah,
Similar-
it's a
similar kind of stuff?
Well,
Okay.
no, I mean it's just one is Kim Kardashian. So Kim Kardashian actually Skims got the NBA deal for undergarments and things like that as well.
Okay.
Anyways, Ramin was just wearing a very nice generic black shirt, and we were talking about it on the podcast about how expensive some retail's been lately.
Yeah.
And that shirt was $85.
Yeah, I mean, if they can get you with that celebrity marketing, they always add like a nice little premium. on it.
Walmart won't be selling those anytime soon either. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it is worth buying quality though, especially if you can. Right, if you can continue to wear the same thing over and over and over again, that's the thing.
Yeah, of course.
And then you never have to change.
So you're saying it's a good piece of kit.
Yeah, it's like when you spend a little bit of money on shoes that you actually like wearing them, then you'll like to wear them, and they'll
Right.
probably be a little bit better quality. So you'll just as a per wear usage.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how my wife justifies all these high purchases. Per wear.
Well,
usage.
I'm gonna exactly. It's like all right.
Oh,
well,
but then you have to
I'll buy
get-
this bag for $1,000, but if I use it for 2 years every day, that's just how much it costs.
Exactly. Then she's like, "What? You don't want to pay $1 per day for this bag?"
Damn.
It's like, and I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. No, but the other thing they get you on, Obi, and watch out for this one, is certain things, especially high fashion items, they become out of fashion very, very soon. So you buy
that's
something.
that's just how fashion is, right?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And no, but high fashion. Because you buy something, it looks really good for maybe 6 months, and you're like, I'm never wearing those again.
Yeah.
It's like these baggy pants are cool and then they're not. Anyways, I'm just supposed to trade, so
Yes.
all right, I'm short. All right, anything else going on?
No, I
Long
think
Bitcoin, short everything tech.
I'm a little short,
Tech can go to hell.
but it's not really. It's not really
Although
working
my
out
whole
right now.
portfolio is tech. Have you ever had Vegemite before?
I have
And
acquired taste.
and have you acquired that taste or?
I mean, it's all right. I'm not really
like I gotta
necessarily
wake
a
up a little bit
picky.
Ooh.
Oh, it's like that.
It's like that, my man. It's like that. Just smell.
How old is Vegemite?
Don't worry about how old it is. No effect for you at all?
Interesting.
Ooh. It's like, it's not as bad. Oh, now I can hear myself in my ear. It's not as bad as I'm making it seem.
Yeah, when I think
Enjoy
the
a part
expiry
of
date.
balanced, valued diet. Valued? Varied.
Ah, okay.
Enjoy as a part of a balanced, varied diet and active lifestyle.
So healthy stuff indeed.
There you go. All right, the market's falling down here.
Yeah, a little bit of a balanced price action we've been getting for
actually
the
not
past
really falling down.
couple hours there.
Wish it was falling down.
Intel as well. I'm watching Intel. Kind of sideways action in and around that 42. We talked about that 42 in the morning. 41.50 and then that 42 as well. Just holding that for now. Market kind of strong, so I'm like, yeah, I'm fighting the market trend for sure here, and yeah, I kind of want to step away from that a little bit. That's what I'm kind of realizing. It's like, all right, well, yeah, there's times that I fight the market. There are times that I like the counter trend, but I just got to figure out ways to just keep that at a minimal from my trading. But sometimes the price action's so like it's so coercive, It's like it kind of pulls you in.
pulls
It's
you
like,
in,
all right,
yeah,
well,
this
is this the
job
right
is
side?
worse.
I mean, yeah, but like in micro picture, maybe yes, but bigger picture, maybe not. But clearly, the NQ and the ES off the open are trending up. So as long as kind of that's happening, I kind of want to stay a little bit nimble on these high beta tickers like Amazon, like Google, and maybe like Intel as well. I actually don't know what the beta on Intel is. Let's take a quick look at that one. Real quick. Okay. It's 0.99. All right. So yeah, pretty close to 1 there on the Intel as well. So Intel holding up in and around that 42 as the market kind of attempts to push a little bit higher here. Let me check if there's any pre-market or Globex action prior to this point right here. Let's pull up the NQ as well on this chart. All right. Let me take that off and take a look at some of this pre-market session here. All right, so yeah, we're coming back into some of these levels where we top out at. What is this, 18.56? All right, where are we at right now? That's 18.56 as well. So this is a little delayed on the trading view here, but I have the live data right here on the P-Pro. But it seems like we are kind of really strong off the open and revisiting some of these prices. Let me take a look. Why am I looking at the 3-minute? Let's take a look at the hour real quick. Okay, interesting stuff. We kind of talk about that downtrend that SPY was doing. I haven't taken a look at SPY just yet. Let's see what SPY is up to. Spider. All right, real quick. Yeah, this was this channel we were talking about in the morning there, and let's see, let's draw a quick line here, just so we get a little bit of perspective. And yeah, well within trend. So maybe we could, I think maybe potentially we could continue to do a little bit of bidding before we see that sell, if it's even going to be there, right? Who knows? We could just break and continue to the upside and catch short sellers who are trying to get in anticipation off guard, and kind of I might be part of that crowd if I don't kind of manage this a little bit tighter. I got my stops in. Let's see how it kind of goes. I want to be a little bit more effective at kind of putting in the stop and being like, all right, well, I'm going to give it to there, and did that work or not, and maybe reassess after the fact. Right now, we were talking about in the morning. I'm trying to do better at being consistent as well. That's going to be, again, it was a priority. I think I got a little bit of a little bit of motivation, let's say, to push it even harder there over the weekend. So I think gonna try to protect the mental as best as possible, and try to make
the best trades.
Yeah.
The worst thing to do would be to force anything.
Exactly.
Especially at this time, it's 241. If something sets up there. So I just want to call back into DWAC, because this is going to be another name that I feel like for risk to reward. I mean, if we break this 50 level, we've just bounced off of it a couple times. Why not just try to go long, breaking through 50, and see if you can get a move up to 52 again? I mean, I wonder if there's going to be a little bit caught off guard here, especially if I don't think the short float was as huge as before. Yeah, so 11%. Going to de-SPAC. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to mean for that short float. If we don't break 50, we're not in it, so we don't have to worry about it. The thing is, if we break 50, I'm going to use this 200 period. We've been holding above 49 this whole time. So in this particular example, if we go 1-to-1, I think that's fine. Like a break of 50, it could completely flush, and man, I mean, we could wind up getting some slippage and getting out at like 48.50, something like that. But again, we don't have to get in until it breaks high. Once it breaks high, then we can deal with it then. So I feel like that's the best trade for me on DWAC. We're going to wait for a 50 break. I'm going to take it. This is what I mean. I'm not going to look for the absolute home run trade, but I think this for risk to reward could be worth it, because then if you break the 52, then it's off to the races, like literally. Let's wait to see if that can happen. Okay, we're just short here, the market at 53s. I mean, obviously, we'd like a little bit more of a push down here. The last time we stopped at 45, so I will put another bid down there. I don't want to do this. I want to go lower. So after this, I don't have anything until till 30 flat. So let's put, what are my shares? All right, let's put 20% down here at 45. That way, if it comes back in, it'll fill us. Then we can get into this 200 period, which will hopefully be the case. And then, but we're still fighting the trend, so we don't necessarily, want to be too caught in that. IBIT, that's going to be the Bitcoin ETF. As that continues to go higher here, we're still holding about 25% of this position. That was a good out for us up there when it hit that day's high. We'll look to rinse that again if it comes back up to that side again. So that was another trade that we're looking at. For the TQQs, the reason why we choose the TQs instead of the actual market itself is because we don't have to pay for borrows on this name. So this will get us 3x the move, which is good. It's only $62. I feel like it's a little safer than trading the Qs. I don't trade the NASDAQ. We could sit here and trade futures as well, so that's fine. It's just I like to execute against equity. So ETFs, things like that. We have the futures. They're right down there, NQ, and this is what it looks like, M24. Right there, we have the minis. I wouldn't trade the minis, but right there, here it is here. So again, this is the actual futures. You'll see it will move with it. I have the chart over here. I could execute contracts, no problem. It's just, again, my keys aren't set up, my stop orders, all that. So I will stay with the TQs, which isn't that many Qs, right there, which is a triple ETF short. And then right here on a 5-minute, I just have the pivot point right here is 62.50. So there's the pivot point drawn from yesterday, 62.50. We bounced off there a little bit. Let's see if we get a push down now for this market. And we're going to be short the NASDAQ, short Intel, long Bitcoin, but we're getting out of that Bitcoin trade. It just ticked down to 46. We're at 45, so let's see if we can get a push back into that one. And then honestly, Obi, that's now a couple times, man, where Intel held 42, it just held 42 again. We're short at 42.02. So these are for flat. We need it to break lower. I don't have any more bids, so we'll wait. My first bid is at 41.96, then we're at 41.90, then we're down into here. Let's see if this one gives it up. That's Intel, but it probably won't give it up unless this guy goes with it. So there we go. DWAC just broke. So we got 23s right there on DWAC. So $50.23. I'm going to put the stop right there at 48.85. This is, again, we're just going to see if we can get it for the dream because, you know, we used to read Word Up magazines, and right now we're just going to watch out for DWAC. Put an offer up near 51, see if we can get a piece out, and then watch out for this flush coming back into 48.80. That's going to be my stop right now. It's fixed. Perfect. Okay, so let's go. We're going to put our stop in for DWAC.
All right, yeah. So a little bit of strength coming right back in to I guess both Google and the Amazon, and yeah. So let's just kind of wait and see. My stop's pretty much in place, and yeah. So I'm just learning that lesson. Coming back in after kind of a little bit of a break. I feel a little disoriented. I did have some plans there. I did have plans for the morning, but I got to do better at having plans for later in the day. I just had a few levels there, what I'm going to do at those levels, and when those levels kind of came in or did some stuff around them, started taking some trades. But I gotta clean up that process a little bit. 149.60 coming in on Google.
Back, baby.
Let's see, we are holding VWAP as well. So kind of strong on the day. Again, we said that the NQ is very strong as well. So I got to stay as nimble as possible on some of these names. But before that, we're going to pass it over the desk with Dara.
Brought to you by IG. Get as much as 50-to-1 leverage when trading Forex at IG. Currencies like Euro and USD can require as little as 2% margin rates and offers Euro-dollar commission trading using a Forex account at IG. For a limited time, traders can open, fund, and trade with IG for up to $10,000 in funding bonuses. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, thank you, Ms. Adara. Thank you, Ms. Adara. Okay, so, a little slippery here, guys. Come on, like, I mean, I thought that DWAC had a good chance of break. Well, not a good chance. It did break. We're long. Obviously, we would have liked a little bit of a better price. I crossed up 25 cents. We get 23s. So we basically get the price we cross up to. Not great. You could see the spread. Well, it's okay, but you know, we would have liked to get something a little earlier. Then we would have been able to get out a little bit better. A little bit better pricing. Let's just see what happens now. I'm waiting at 51. If we can get a little bit of a blast up to that level, that'd be fine. We've yet to break 50-50. So there's still volume here. Obviously, it's a little upsized. It's not doing crazy volume like it did that first break. So, you know, we're comfortable with it. We have the right amount of shares on board for ourselves to take a dollar hit. If it's wrong, it'll be about $1.50. We know that. So if it breaks lower than that, we're going to wait to see. But I still have hope that we go higher. I mean, it's not flushing. A flush at this point, I don't think a flush gets us out. Oh, now that, okay, so the 50 period is moving. We could change this to 49 as we get going. And you asked earlier, Obi, about, you know, when do we potentially change our stops and whatnot. So that's what I'm doing now. You're starting to swoop up a little. Come on. I'm at 50 and 50.90. So let's go. Now it's at 85. There it is. Thank you. All right, money back in the pocket for DWAC. So good trade there. I'm going to get a piece out on the Qs. Let's go, man. This is right now Dollar Club member right here for everybody, man. We got DWAC on board now. So let's see if we can get going. We'll now wait for that high right here. I don't have any offers. The only thing we have out is to get out. if it comes back down. So right now it's DWAC. We're in this name, and let's see how high it can indeed fly. Let's go DWAC. You know, again, we can get that story. I mean, it's going to be, as far as I saw, that's changing to DJT as early as tomorrow. So, yeah, I thought it was confirmed. I mean, we can look in that again, but that's from what I know. So here we go, nice little upside move. And again, we take it on an increased volume, breaking through 50. I'm not holding this for any like technical reason that, hey, this should turn into that and therefore this or that. We have to be flat at the end of every single day. So I'm not hoping that these shares get turned into anything. We won't be trading this in the after hours, which I think will be bananas, especially when the liquidity dries up in after hours. You'll get major hedge funds and things like that that just won't trade in the after hours or won't trade big volume for sure because of price discovery. So you're going to have to, bite your tongue on this one if you're short DWAC after hours. I feel like that's going to be a problem, and it's 250 right now. Let's see where we go here as DWAC's starting to go back up to the upside now. It's $1 in the money. We'll hold on to it. Intel's really starting to get me going a little bit here because it's not doing anything, and we just sit here wasting my damn time. So I might just punch out of that. The NASDAQ is boring me to death again as well. We just got out for where we're in. I mean, the problem is we've taken a hit already because our first prices were here at 35 and these outs are like 40s, 41s, 47s. But now we're starting to get out of our higher shares. So my average price is going to change, but we have taken L's on this so far. But not many. If it can come back in. Our average true price is probably around like 48s or so. So these some of these takes are going to be hits, but we're just trying to give it back to that pivot point level, which we're at right now. And we sort of wicked that high. So I was trying to play off that. Some dark pools and everything like that earlier here this morning at 8 o'clock. So those are the pivot points. Let's see if we can hold. The market may take off. I just didn't think we'd get back to green. Like, how could the NASDAQ do that when you had investigations into Apple, Google, Meta? So anyways, we're not going to let our bias become too influenced here, but we are net short right now. Long DWAC, we took it out right here already for 60 cents. Let's just see if it continues that flow higher. I think we want to wait for this one, DWAC.
Yeah, that DWAC move is absolutely wild, and a bit of a expanding volume going into that 50 break, right? That initial kind of push into 50. Take a look at this. Consecutive distinct bars higher than the previous there. So boom, 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 boom as the price action. Whoa. What's up, Randy?
Fresh little haircut too, man. This guy's looking good, man. This guy's looking good.
Toronto. Beautiful city. Thanks,
the best city. The best. One of the best cities.
Yes.
See, if you just say one of the best,
yeah,
then you kind of, you get all covered.
Yeah.
And people can't say, "Oh, my city's better." Yeah, yours is also one of the best.
One of the best.
Yeah, exactly. One of a kind, though. Obi beside me. Thanks for staying with us here today, and thanks for coming back from your trip. I know you had a great time down there, so that's crazy exciting. Oh, did you want to say people were asking that they forgot to ask you about your pizza?
Oh yeah, I never went to Artichokes.
Okay.
Although again, it's on my list, and when I do go back, I definitely will check it out. But I went to this smaller shop. I was staying with a friend, so this pizza place nearby called Bella 2.
Okay, and
yeah,
it was in
pizza
Jersey,
shop. It was in New Jersey. Yeah, so pretty nice. The presentation was pretty solid. When I walked in, they had all these really nice looking pizzas. Like the pie is set out. I was like, all right, which one do I want? I got visuals of everything here. I'm like, all right, let me get the special right there. And that was pretty good, pretty solid. Good. I really liked it. But no, I have not tried the artichokes. That's on the next trip. Don't worry, I'll be back.
Artichokes are so nice, man. Wow, I love artichokes. My wife puts artichokes in the salad that we have. She puts like some Genoa salami in there, artichokes. It's a crazy good salad. I'll have to find the name of that. But good, I'm glad you had a great time there for sure. Okay, what just got stopped out? Something did? Oh, no, nothing did actually. What am I talking about? Oh, nope, Intel. So Intel just took off right there to the upside. So the market's starting to go. So some of the shorts that we had on board, no good right now as we start to go higher. It's good for our Bitcoin and our DWAC position, but not so good for Intel, as Intel will be, pretty much our worst stock. I mean, Not really, because we're able to get some off. We don't have, when we came back into the 200 period right there, that was just a very, very quick hit. We actually went short at 17 and out at 20 when it broke that high there. So quickly in and out, thought maybe if it drifted up, we could maybe get nibbled there, but just quick in and out, 3 cents added on to, we were short 11. So net, it's the 10-cent hit. It's not really doing anything to our net or anything like that, but a hit is a hit is a hit. I'm just waiting to hopefully not get triggered out of this, but we are very close, man. Into the 70s now. That's where we're going to get taken out of the NASDAQ. I'm not just, it's going to go green. A bad guess that maybe we came back in right there. And, you know, a lot of it is just the big guy. Apple's holding up, man. Apple's holding up here. We tried to dip back in. We got some out there. But yeah, Apple's sort of holding that. Google, we could check Microsoft. Look, I mean, look at Google. As if like nothing even. Nice move up right there. That's great. Meta's probably breaking higher. And the one that didn't have too many stories around it, Microsoft. I mean, this is the one here too. All-time highs right now and still hanging out. So, you know, Microsoft potential dip buys into 420 look pretty good. We had a little bit of that this morning. Holding out these highs. I think we want to try to respect that until it's gone. So, yeah, this looks like the name that we want to get long on any dips. I mean, we missed, and it's funny because if you would have asked me today, Microsoft, which we didn't even have listed in that EU report at all, or we didn't have it listed, they were probably after everybody, but right there, Microsoft down 1%, while Apple, you know, if you would have asked me earlier, which one would have been down more today, Apple or Microsoft, I would have gone with Apple. So definitely wrong on that one, as DWAC's coming back into $50 one more time here.
Yeah, Reddit's still pushing it into 55s. Have we been watching Reddit? I know
we looked at Reddit. I gave that trade
moving
over
around
to
as well
from the midday.
Yeah, but Reddit continues to make fresh highs right now. Pretty solid there. I have it kind of on the corner of my screen here, slowly watching it. And yeah, one of the stronger stocks on the day today. Let's take a quick look at what has been actually doing some strong volume. We talked about that Lucid in the morning. What did Lucid end up doing right now? Yeah, so a little bit sideways. Can't really get past anywhere around this $3 mark here. So pretty much sideways on in and around that $3 it would seem. Tesla we talked about a little earlier. Who is this? CYTO. I think this is one of the small mid caps right there. What do we got? Yeah, 3.5 mil market cap with a 1.6 million float. Okay, so all right, not really something I am too concerned about right now, but definitely probably doing some RVol. Yeah, looks like it. 2,000 RVol, absolutely wild. AMD, of course, we're trading this move, the chip kind of move there, and take a look at that bid on Intel there, Sean. You see that? You see those guys? Oh, they just got taken out. Oh boy!
I can't believe I get stopped out at 42.20. Oh my god!
Yeah, you see that? There was like 400 lots, 500 lots at like 42.15 just now, and all of them got taken. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty interesting. Alphabet raging for those highs, so I did get stopped out on the short. Seems like we are attempting to push through that 150 as of right now. So let's take a quick look at that one. Maybe potentially, if we do push towards that day high, I will definitely be a little interested right now. So let's take a quick try at that push right now. Let's see, 149. All right, cool. Let's see if there's any real continuation off of that level right here. So, okay, so Google moving towards those highs, very, very strong. Let's see what it does with that 150. If it can get past it, we'll find out soon enough. Right there. So I'm going to keep it a little tight. I'll take it for a couple of tries there. Let's see what Google does, but very, very strong as the market attempts to push even higher right now. That 18.5 holding, 18.520s, it would seem, holding quite well there. That initial bounce off of this 18.5 on the pullback, and we've been making higher lows since then. So I have been fighting the trend a little bit. Got to do better at kind of recognizing real time and being like, all right, well, you know, market's trending up, although this ticker might be going sideways. What are you doing? Maybe look for something that has that's going in the same direction, has some tailwind in its direction. So Google off the open, we've only been making higher highs and higher lows, and that VWAP has been holding as well. So let's see what we do with that 150 potentially coming in right now, if the market will give that to us. Apple, though, kind of sideways in and around that 171.5. Let's take a quick look at that one as well. So there's DWAC holding that 50 mark. AAPL right here. So take a look at that. Some decent strength off of this off of the dip that we had in the morning, pushing back up into 171.5. Again, we've printed above this the prior day here. In and around 173 was the high on Friday, and we kind of sold off, broke below day low of Friday in and around 170s, and then picked right back up. 171.50s testing right now. There's some size at 180.10 on the Amazon.
Oh my God.
Let's take a quick look at that one.
That's look at some Amazon. Like, look what just happened. So we put it back on. Oh man, fail. So like, we only have a quarter of the shares we had, because this position at 17, or maybe was it 17 or 18? Like, we actually had a decent sized order sitting there, so that's why I wanted to get stopped out if we took 20. And it looks like we actually got like 20 flat. I'm not even sure if it broke 20s there or not to the upside there, but anyways, once it failed that, it came back and we put on 17s, and we just got some out there at 10s. Now it's coming back in. I'm also bidding 8s right now on a paid gateway. We should probably be on something where it'll pay us, where we have to pay to get filled. Anyways, hopefully it breaks down through 8. I'm just like, throw your hands up in the air and don't wave them like you just don't care. Shout out to Brankles over there. We had some nice club type trades on Friday.
Oh, I got to go back and watch that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, man. Brankle, every time we had the Dollar Club, this guy was partying like it was 1999 again, which was nice. But there it is, nice little move to the downside for Intel. So yeah, man, we'll just hit the siren that we're back in it. We'll actually be like, net will be up, on holding this back in, because we only wound up losing like basically 4 or 5 cents, but it's about a flat trade now. Oh, that sucks. Like if we,
well, there goes
look at
AMD.
that, 04s now.
AMD breaking that.
Come on. Damn, nice. Man. All right. Nice move. All right. 1-0 you, Intel. And it was actually like 5-0 Intel pretty much, but nice move, Intel, nice move. It went in there, got me out of my bigger position. Good thing we put it back in, and now, wow, different day would have been just right there to have held on to that, but that's fine. We're here for that. All right, DWAC, next thing, man, let's just go whacking. That might not sound good, but we'll see about this top side here. 51.30. Maybe I'm just going to get out here, and then we'll hold a piece for that huge move. I mean, thanks to Brendan for that. Donald Trump will not be able to sell, I think it was 6 months or so of his shares there. I had the article up. It's right here. So it's okay to show this. It was right here. So tomorrow, shares in the merged company are set to begin publicly trading Tuesday, tomorrow, under this ticker DJT. And here it is right here. Trump will not allowed to be able to sell shares in the company, so it is 6. So half a year there as of, I guess, tomorrow. So that's what's new with DWAC. We'll see what happens here. It shouldn't really do anything. The symbol just tomorrow. So the only sort of thing that I could see happen is this symbol doesn't wind up in a lot of people's accounts first thing tomorrow. So that could be a catalyst maybe for an upside move. There won't be enough shares to trade out of them potentially. So that I could see that as being a catalyst, but again, here it goes. Nice little move to the upside. We are now $1 plus in the club on this one. So there it goes. Right now, everyone saw that screen there, but here it goes. Nicely done to the upside. If we can get 51.40, maybe we should take a piece out now. Take one more piece out. Our first piece out is 50.90s or whatever it was, and now you're stopping again here at 51.50. Why not just put an offer out in and around 51.50? We'll see if we can get that fill, and then if we have to hold the rest, we'll just hold the rest for another move. So here we go. It just stopped now 4 or 5 times up there at 51.50. Let's take a piece out if that can work. Nice downside push for Intel, now 11 cents in the money. We've already got that fill down here at 42. So let's ring the register, man. We're reloaded on that one. But this is a frustrating one because we were in this, man, and good on you, Intel. Good on you, my guy, because that was a good trade that I feel like we had that good short there at the high of the day, but unfortunately, it just took us out. And I thought we were being pretty good by not getting out at 20s, but it does break higher than that, and we get out at 20, although apparently it broke. So nice downside move there. Oh, we get it. We get it. There it is, man. We get that 51.37s is what we got on DWAC. So there it is, man. Another one there for DWAC traders to see what happens. So good trade there. Now let's see if this one goes and moons the rest of the day. Good trade there on DWAC. Put that dollar club in our pocket. And by the way, we get a nice fill down there at 45. Let's take another fill at 46. We'll punch a little bit out there. Come on, Q's. You're the next contestant. On which stock, that's the wrong one, on which stock will come crashing in right now. Where's the other plane ride? I do not know. We'll have to find it. Let me just hit this, see if we can get a little bit of a market to the downside right now as I look for that other plane and do not see it. Is it this one? Here it is. Here comes the plane. Let's see if these have NASDAQ shares in them. And we can get to the downside and see what happens right now. By the way, Intel just finally breaks 41, so 42. We have shares on board here. This is a good afternoon for us so far. Let's see if we can continue the momentum to the downside.
Yeah, that break was pretty nice there. You can see on AMD as well. I know a couple people mentioned it in the chat. Kind of a crack of this level here. Let's see what we do in and around that. But Google pushing that 150. Oh boy, there it goes. As I speak, I was just about to talk about it. There was a nice stack of multiple gates at that 150. It seems like all of them. I might have missed it on the tape there as I looked away for a second. But it seems like, well, they all would have gone printed to get through that level, and it wasn't too big, but the stack was definitely interesting there on the Google, pushing towards those highs, distinctly different from some of these other tickers that are taking a quick pullback there. Market a little bit of red on this current 15-minute candle right now. Let's see how well we can push past this 150 here. I did want to take that 150 break, but lack of attention right now. Let's see how well we can do. Back through open price was 149. 149.94, so just underneath that 150. So we're still well within that kind of that area of that opening level. So opening range high. Let's see that. When is that? Right here. If I can just point out the candle right here. So in and around that 150.14 is that is around that level. So we did kind of get up there right now, kind of chopping and churning on top of this 150 as of right now. Oh boy, there goes AMD as well. Oh, take a look at that shelf breakdown. I like that one. A little bit of reversion. Let's see what we do with VWAP. I gotta wait for that measured move to come in.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. IBIT right now. Let's go. It's a $0.50. So you can still hit the dollar club. You're not supposed to. But there it is. We'll be happy with it, man, because it's going to the high side right now. So there it is for everybody, including you, Fabian. There's Bitcoin, 71K. We're happy with that one as that's starting to go now as well. So 70,906 right now for BTC. That continues to work. That is for sure. Intel trying to work to the downside here as well. Coinbase probably... Okay, I was going to say Coinbase maybe nearing some of those highs, but no, not at all. Yeah, Coinbase, good little move for sure. Yeah, I like that rocket to the north side for sure on some of this. But you know what's hitting to the low side right now? Come on, let's go TQQs, man. Nice little bounce off. Ooh, we don't have a bid at 40 there. Let's put a bid at 40 and take some out. We've done pretty well now because, again, we're not like absolutely emptying the clip now on this. Even me getting out at 40 here is something I said we wouldn't really do. My next bid was at 30, but you can see the 200 period is getting a little bit higher. So let's put some more bids out there right now on that trade. What a good out that appeared to maybe have been on DWAC. And look at that. Now, okay, see, Obi, so this is a good question. Sir. You asked me, when are we changing, or whatever that question was?
Stop.
Stop. So right there. Now look, our stop used to be at 48.75. Now the 50 period has brought us up to 49.75. So we just do that, baby. 49.74. We say, get the heck out of Dodge. So if that happens, we will get out on that trade if we break below. And that, I mean, again, we are playing with house money. So Travolta's quite the gambler in many of his movies. And he's like, hey, if you can play with somebody else's money, than I like. So that's a good one right there. IBIT, nice move. DWAC, we've already talked about. Intel's where it is in the TQs. So what else do we want to talk about? Yeah, Kathy sold coin. That was crazy that Kathy Wood yesterday. We had that little report about Kathy Wood selling her Coinbase shares, $55 million worth yesterday on Friday, only to see a nice 7-8. Uh-oh, I just jinxed it. Move to the downside right there. Thanks to Adara for this. Look at this. IPOs on their very first days right now. eBay, 163 on day one. Yahoo, 153 on day one. LinkedIn, now a part of Microsoft. Twitter. And there's Reddit. Reddit hangs with the big boys. That's actually pretty surprising. I'm surprised that there wasn't any more in here. These are major tech names. And I'll have to shout out to Savvy Traders. I have 2 O's here. But yeah, so Reddit holding out pretty good and then going back up to the upside today. So I'd say that's a pretty successful release there for Reddit, needless to say, right there. So shout out to everybody that's on that Reddit bandwagon. Looks like you got a good one there. Come on down, man. We talked about this. Let's go. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for that 30 fill, but let's get something else here on this name. It's a nice mover, man, and it is your big winner here for me anyways on the TQs. So far so good here. TQs looking like it wants to get lower, and we're happy to oblige, man. We just put a bid right here at 37, and there she goes. Get into those gates, man. They're not nice in there. It's their gates of hell for the triple Qs, and we called that downside move, so we're feeling pretty good about that one. Waiting for this move back to the 200 period. We talked about trading futures, the others. We went with the futures with the TQs, again, to get that triple levered move. So pretty happy with this on the way down into your TQQ trade.
Yes, sir. So I got short on AMD. We're already short on Intel from before. And that was quite beautiful. You're still wow. Take a look at that TQ.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Yeah, a little bit of a quadroon happening here on the NQ. We talk about a little bit of tailwind. Oh boy, is that some tailwind right now? Both the ES and the NQ flushing to the downside. Let's see. Last time there was a little bit of a bid in and around this 18.5. Let's see how far we can get there. Can we get back down to VWAP on this Intel? Can we get back down to VWAP on AMD? We already did that. Let's see what VWAP has in store. 178.76 I have right now as VWAP on AMD. Let me pull this down so we can see it a little bit better. But take a look at that. Looking left even further, this consolidation low on this what is this? 1, 2 on the second or third leg right here, depending on how you measure it. Let's see, what is that? 1, 2. I think second leg. I gotta go back and review how to properly define those legs. But regardless, there's a little bit of support right here intraday at that 178.20. Let's see what we do with that 178.20 there, Sean. But Intel not really catching that much of a sell relative to the other names here. But that's Intel, right? Intel kind of muted overall. But that AMD short, oh boy, that AMD flush, is it coming in with the market quite nice? Where is my Google? Google printing a little bit higher there. But before we continue, we're going to pass it off to Dara at the big desk.
And Tesla here, TSLA. Bloomberg reporting that Tesla is now going to be testing driver assistant tech with customers before all sales, as detailed by Elon Musk in a memo, an internal memo basically detailing these new Tesla full self-driving testing requirements. This is reported here by Bloomberg, so keep an eye here on TSLA, guys.
All right, yeah, we'll have definitely a look at that. Thank you, Miss Adaras. We were just talking about that AMD short and how much you like that. I'm with you on the short for the tech names. I mean, let's just go hot dog cannon right here because Intel, in your face finally, for Intel. And by the way, you know, we're cashing out on all these NASDAQ shorts. We talked about that. But guess what long is working? Oh, shit. It right now props it up to DWAC investors because you're getting one hell of a return on your money today. Come over to the screen right here, Ramin, because there goes DWAC at the high of the day. And your boy has this, man. We have the $50 break. Here goes DWAC trying to take out the high. Bye-bye 52. I'm sure glad that we still have got a piece on this one. Let's see where we go now. 52, up and away. The last kind of wicks we got was 55, 56. Then we get into 60, man. Are we going to have one of these closes one more time on this name? Let's see. TQs, man, good coverage. Down there at 25. Let's do it. Like Nike, let's do it. We'll get some out down there and now hold. We still got the position on, so we're not worried about anything. But again, we'd like to get a piece out if we can. If it comes back in, let's hold for VWAP, like 62, 61, down into here. We'll see if we can get some push on that one. Again, you know, pretty specific to the market though. Like you just mentioned, AMD with the move down, not seeing it too much anywhere else right now. So be careful with this position. I still like the trade, obviously, but wait for Intel, not as weak as some of the other ones.
NVIDIA pulling back quite well is...
Okay, is that through 50 yet?
It is coming back down to VWAP. I have
56.
VWAP on the 15-minute here at 954.18, so a little bit of a little close. We're printing 956, 60s, 50s-ish in that area right now. AMD coming right back into VWAP, holding as of right now. Take a look at that right here. So it comes right into VWAP. Let's see what the market kind of does. Do we get another 15-minute bar to the downside, or do we have one that prints up and kind of gives us a bit of a bounce off of VWAP there on the AMD? I am patiently waiting to see what that kind of holds there. I was looking for a push below that 178, not really coming in as of right now, but we are in and around VWAP. I'll give it some more time there on the AMD. Wild, absolutely wild. That initial flush gave me almost a point there, and yeah. So, but I think I'm looking for a little bit more. I might be a little too greedy with that mindset, but we'll see. When I say I got to take what the market gives me, I got to do a little bit better at that. And that scalp, that quick scalp off of that shelf break was quite aggressive when it came to the selling to the downside here. Let's see if VWAP stays heavy and see if those sellers kind of continue through that VWAP. Right now, market holding right now. What is how much time on the 15-minute left? We've got about 13, 14 minutes, so it's a fresh 15-minute candle as of right now. Let's see if we get a little bit of continuation to the downside. Google still in there a little bit with the breadcrumbs. I got out some amount into that flush back down into 150s. Maybe not a flush, a little bit of a pullback down into 150s, but I got nothing too crazy on that one. Gonna let that kind of work, because think about it. Alpha is the only one that's trending up, while everything else is strong to the downside, including Amazon, including Softy, Apple not so much, NVIDIA taking a little bit of a pullback down into its VWAP, and also SPY is my compass, and SPY is pulling back into that VWAP as well. We talk about that range. What could that range high have been? In around 521s-ish, but never could really get there.
Oh wow!
So let's see what's happening, Sean.
It's Moon City, baby. Right now, we'll face slap it up. We are long DWAC $50. It's at right now 53, and starting to get going right now goes DWAC. So let's see what kind of excitement we get right now. And again, just to talk about it, we are changing. We're trying to watch this. I'm going to put the stop right now at 50.50. We could flush. So I want to get the stop out for sure if that does happen. So right there. I don't know if we're going to flush immediately or anything like that, but it's a nice pull up. So watch out for a little bit of a rug pull at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen now, but we got a nice little rug pull right there that dropped in. Like imagine right there when we took out our own self right there at 51.50. Just minutes later, we dropped down to $50. So we went down $1.50 in one candle pretty much immediately after we got out that first time. So that could be an extension candle right there. Like look at the volume, right? With that wick just touched 52.80. So again, watch out for that. If you're long and you're like getting nervous, we only have 40 minutes left until after hours, which not sure. So watch out. It is pulling back in. I'm using 50.50 as my out. So if we break 50.50, let's just get out there. Yeah, sure, it sucks. We're here for the dream. We only have a third left. We're playing with house money now for sure. Here comes. Here's that flush we talked about. Hopefully you're prepared. There's that move back into 50.50. So, and then right back up. The spread on this is 90. It was just 90 cents. It was just 60 cents. Now when it comes down, you're at 30 cents a little bit. But there was that flush. Here comes incoming again. Look at the spread, 40 to 50 cents right now on Digital World. So just be careful with it. I mean, it's up to, I don't know what's going to happen. Option eligible. We change over tomorrow to DJT. That is now confirmed. We've already talked about that. So watch out. Donald and company. Actually, I shouldn't say in company. It was Donald Trump was unable, apparently, to sell the shares for 6 months. So that could also be a problem for short float, right? So let's wait to see what happens here. We've sort of identified this trade for you. DWAC, we're long, and we've sort of got some of those pieces to the pie there and sort of trying to solve that puzzle. All right, nice little move back up. I'm going to take out, I'm just bidding some 36s here. Hopefully we get that on the triple Qs right now. Nice, good push down. We'll take some more fills there as it breaks above the 200, but we'll take some out as it comes back in. Man, this has been a pretty exciting day for sure for me here into the close as we make a little bit of money back there. My big regret is just having that stop right there on Intel, because minutes after, boom.
Yeah, right.
We went.
You got right back in though.
Yeah, I know, but it was only a quarter of the shares. Because again, I was not, we talked about that, remember? Fighting the trend.
Yeah.
And it's like, how many times am I just going to say, oh, I'm wrong, I'm going to go again, so I just, that was a key level there. A little bit of a volume spike that you guys can see down there, not much. We got back in because we looked at NVIDIA. I mean, that was really why. And just noticing that a lot of these stocks are starting to fade again. All right, so we're about to get out of DWAC right now. It's coming back in. Watch out now. Wondering about just getting out for DWAC here before it takes me out. And there it is. We should be taken out right now on DWAC. No idea why that order didn't fill. But here we go. DWAC starting to head to the downside.
Yeah, people talking about Intel and Reddit as well. Okay, not too bad.
Yeah, my order was stuck there. I had to cancel it and put it back. I don't know why. But there's the out on DWAC. And we actually wound up getting out at 50-50 flat. So not bad. Not a great end to the story. But we'll take a couple bucks in there, get out, risk gone, and that stop order didn't trigger there. It got caught in the cipher, but we got out there at 50-50, so not bad.
Yeah, so we're kind of holding on to this VWAP here on AMD. So I'm just going to stay a little patient. Google as well, holding above that 150 mark as of right now. Again, talked about getting out pretty much everything, just holding on to some breadcrumbs right now on that Google. But that AMD kind of popped back into VWAP. And as of right now, just like I said just a few seconds ago, just chopping around in and around there. So let's see what we do with that. Looking for that continuation below VWAP holding as of right now. So if the market kind of continues to the downside, which it does seem like it is trying to do right now, let's see what we do with that 18.5 mark. If it can come in. Amazon, it did flush down into the 70s, maybe printed a little bit of those 60s and then rips right back up. 30 pennies into the 90s. Oh, wow, that was a little bit of a flush. Below the bid, somebody just smacked that bid. Oh boy, okay, and then, okay, yeah, you see that. I saw the candle form, and then I see a flush of red below the bid, dark red, on from the corner of my eye. I'm like, whoa, hello! Somebody just unloaded the boat. Maybe not a big boat, but maybe a kayak. Unloaded the kayak just into the bids right below 42 there on Intel. Let's see what AMD kind of does. It is kind of holding that 179 as of right now. So stay a little bit more patient. Let's see what this market has in store for us. Let us know what you guys have been trading in the chat. We can take a quick look at that. And someone's saying Tesla in reverse. Uber Drew. Okay, so let's take a quick look at Tesla. Yeah, and mention some tickers in the chat that you guys have been trading. We can quickly go over them. And yeah, wow, look at that. NVIDIA with the strong sell just now. Really? These candles are getting a little aggressive. Maybe I'm just overreacting. I gotta calm down, take a couple breaths there. Spider, what's the Spider shelf here? Spider shelf 520.
You want to short NVIDIA?
Maybe not NVIDIA, but maybe NVDL.
You want to dance?
Yeah, I do like the tango, but it has to be within my risk limit there. And NVIDIA, not so much. NVDL, though, I can be watching. But the thing is, I'm a little exposed to the semis with the Intel, with both the Intel and the AMD short right now. So I am kind of capturing a little piece of that move, in my opinion, as we kind of flush off that 179. So yeah, a little bit of sympathy. Yeah, sure, I can't take the if I don't feel comfortable or my risk is not doesn't really make sense for me to take NVIDIA. I think that taking some of these other chip names that do follow in step with the semi leader can be a good alternative to kind of manage that position as well. 150.24. So it seems like Google is the only one. Well, of course, along with Apple as well, softy sideways. But Google and Apple are the only ones that are showing relative strength right now. I guess Amazon as well. Amazon a little sideways. It is kind of bidding up, but everything kind of selling off quite aggressively. Oh boy. Okay,
yeah, it's a nice little sell-off.
That 20 sell, I think you had that 20 sell on 42 and some change. You said you
I'm
got
short 42.16.
Yeah, that was great place to I think sell there on Intel in and around that 42 on that pop. I was just like I was thinking about adding some more there. A little too hasty here on this ad. Looking for the anticipating the break, but when we kind of pop and come right back in, I kind of like that potentially as well. I think that 42 and change action, it kind of grabbed this previous high as well on the sideways range, so I kind of like that. But 180 coming back in here on Amazon. Let's see how far this one can get to, but this chop on AMD, I think I might have to stay a little bit more patient to see if this actually follows through to the downside or we get a little bit of a bid back up.
So,
price action.
Yeah, we took advantage of that, man, and really started to, I mean, we've been riding this bear a little bit here this afternoon. We talked about, where we thought NASDAQ could get into. Unfortunately, I didn't have any bids down there. We were bidding lower into 62. We just saw it flush into 17, 15, 16s there. So now I'm bidding 17 with a lower bid still at 62.06 for some reason. So we'll see if that one can come in. So far, so good there, and a good call on Intel. I was almost willing to dance with NVIDIA there until you mentioned like sort of being in it already. And I looked over and I was like, yeah, man, I mean, we're really into the Qs, so that's fine. And then if the market flushes, then you're gonna see something like this happen. And we talked about this, man. We talked about getting involved on the TQQ. Maybe we'll add pivot points to our main chart here, but you could see it came right up into that level. It's not just that it was a pivot point level of 62.50, but also came into where we closed on Friday. This to me, forget about the pivot point or anything like that. We were kind of looking at these levels. You see on Friday where we kind of just bounced around. We never got above 62.60 until eventually we did. That was a nice break. So into some weakness today. Obviously, it was strength, turned into strength. That's where we kind of wanted to short it. So those levels held. We were giving it to 70s, held on that one. Pretty luck. I mean, I think every trade has an aspect of luck to it. So I don't ever want to say like, man, there's no luck involved in trading. But again, pretty lucky that it didn't go a couple more pennies higher and get stopped out. I like this short right here into 956 on NVIDIA. So I think if you're long this name right now off of VWAP, I think up to here into the 200 period is probably a good trade. So that's about $4. I think that's good. If you can get it, great. We covered some Intel there. I thought I was bidding 91s. I am bidding 91s. So what happened there? 92s was the bottom. All right, so that's happening there. Hopefully that will come through now. Just a little bit more of a push down, and that'd be nice. And then someone wanted me to cover IBIT. Well, IBIT is the iShares for Bitcoin. So I like to look at it whenever I see Bitcoin flushing or ripping down here. I like to call up IBIT and see if we can find some levels. So when Bitcoin took off and we hit 70,000 the first time, we were like, uh-oh, there's Bitcoin. I even said to Sharif, we just hit 70,000. So what we did is we called up IBIT and we saw this little wick top here and some of these tops. So that was associated with in and around 70,000. So I said, if Bitcoin itself is having a problem, because this is going to follow one-to-one with Bitcoin. So again, the percentage won't because Bitcoin's a 24-hour market, right? So this is only going to be from 9:30 to 4. So right now IBIT or Bitcoin up about 10%. Remember, included from 9:30 to 4 o'clock Friday. Okay, so from Friday to today, Bitcoin should be in and around 11%. Idea was to go short until it broke. We went short again, then it broke. Then I just went long. And I said the same reason. If we're going to fade off 70, we want to be here for this move down. And if we're going to break 70, we want to be here for the move up. So we are almost out of everything. That last out, we had 25%. We took off 10. We have another 15% or so left, waiting for this to go. If Bitcoin can move, then we're there for it. This is the NASDAQ. So this is a triple NASDAQ. So I feel pretty good about that because, again, a triple ETF creates triple win, you know. But again, it's just a matter of the share size. For me and for Obi talked about a stop. I don't really have a stop from a net standpoint, but I have mental stops. So I'll just take whatever shares I have. For me, it doesn't matter if I trade NVIDIA $900 or NVDL, whatever that price is. I use dollars as a potential stop. NVIDIA is making a move all the way back up, so maybe we'll try to get some out of NVIDIA, but that's bouncing off of 91. Let me just put a bid out now. We don't need to get specific with 91s. It doesn't seem like it's going to fill that.
Yeah, that hold of VWAP
right
on
there,
NVIDIA, pretty nice. Yeah, Intel kind of holding that 4190s, 42 there. For me, that's pretty much in the same area. So it didn't necessarily have too strong of a flush off of that. Let's take a quick look at what Intel did off of that. I guess it did, but I'm sitting in and around this 42 mark. Like I said earlier, this kind of lick grab was quite nice when it fails to follow through to the upside past this 4220s and then comes right back in, breaking this shelf, and then AMD breaks, and then the market kind of breaks, or maybe it'll happen at the same time. But a little bit of confluence, indeed, happening for the short side. Let's see what we do here. Looking back at some of these 15-minute candles, both on the ES and the NQ. We got a little wiki at these prices early in the early session on the day. Let's see if some of those buyers kind of if they're persisting or not. Apple, interesting, making some fresh highs on the day. Let's take a quick look at that one right now. Apple. Oh boy, what is this one doing? Take a look at that. So you can see that quite distinctly different from some of these other tickers here. So let me just do a quick comparison. So there's Apple. And we're gonna take a quick look at some of these other names. Take a look at, okay, not NVDS, NVDA. Oh wow, take a look at that popping back up. Well, I gotta watch this AMD position real quick if NVIDIA is gonna do that craziness with its VWAP there. Strong kind of action as of right now, or some strength off of that. Okay, so we got 200 lots there on AMD. I'm gonna pull up AMD here on this chart so we can take a closer look at it with you guys. So let me just quickly change the chart here. AMD, I'll move it over to this one. Bing bang. All right, cool. So it's coming back in potentially. Yeah, I was pointing the money at these lows. Didn't really take it there, but like I said, VWAP in and around some of these levels. Actually, I don't have VWAP on this chart. I just realized I have it on some of my other charts, but not my main ones. Back in my screen, back at the desk, I do kind of tend to keep some VWAP on there. So let me just throw that on here as of right now. So you can see that strength kind of coming right back in. NVIDIA almost leading that strength back to the upside. VWAP on NVIDIA holding quite well, and 179 potentially reclaiming as of right now. But that 179 on AMD is the VWAP I have here on my chart. So let's see what we do in and around here. Yeah, I coulda, shoulda, woulda covered a point in the money, or roughly a point in the money, but I was getting a little too greedy on that. But let's see if we make some lower highs and continue to the downside on AMD here. Again, NVIDIA permitting, but with Apple pushing fresh highs on the intraday, let's see what this market has in store for us. That 18.5. Oh boy, we are making higher highs and continuously off of that level. 18.5, 18.520. Just talk about the wickiness, and it seems like potentially buyers may be there. We'll have to wait and find out. But as of right now, this 15-minute candle is printing green with about 12 minutes left. Let's see how we end up on that 15-minute session. All right, so yeah, people talking about take a piece out. Yeah, I got to get better at doing that. As well, but yeah, no, that AMD crack was quite nice, almost instantly in the money right there. On that goes about a point, and then I'm holding it kind of back in to only about 30 pennies in the money as of right now. But that's perfectly okay. I got to reassess. I do got to get better, right? Maybe that's not perfectly okay. That's something I've just been saying as like a filler, but wow. I got to do better, right? So on that crack, when it comes in, take the quick scalp. I think was it Brit was talking about take a piece out, man. Yeah, I gotta have more pieces so I can take some pieces out on that strong flush and maybe add back in, kind kind of work that core. And yeah, that 17, okay, so that 179.10 right there, this is what I was gonna do. I was gonna bring up that AMD tape. Let's take a quick look if that filter is on. That filter is on, size filter. So you'll see that size. I saw it real quick right there. 179.10s. Buddy was sitting there with a couple hundred lots. Let's see if he gets filled. But with the market kind of bouncing as of right now, along with NVIDIA off of VWAP and Apple making some fresh highs. Let's see where this price action will take us. I might have gone a little too greedy there, Sean.
On
all these shorts.
everything?
Yeah, all the shorts.
Yeah.
I held about a point on AMD, and then now it's pretty much all the way back up. So I might have to give it back and reassess a little bit, maybe get involved at a better price as well. So a little reassessment.
Yeah, good. Okay. Yeah, I can't believe how high up NVIDIA wound up going there, all by itself too. The market doesn't really go with it, and NVIDIA goes right back to the 50-period moving average. So that could be a decent little short all the way up there, but shorting NVIDIA seemed to have been a problem. Shopify just pulled back into VWAP as well. It's 334, so we're going to get an early look on those imbalances. It doesn't work for us, but we will have a quick look. We were using Financial Juice, kind of stopped mentioning stuff about it. Fisker still halted from the morning. We may not see that again, so that might be a good call going to zero. Looks like that might be the case right there for Fisker. So we'll see what happens down on the OTC markets, but I'm not making that call. Just it's been halted from the morning. You guys can go find out about that. Other than that, nothing really on here for too significant. I mean, J&J, that's $1 million to sell. That's not very nice. So there's a nice little push down in J&J, as a lot of these are getting updated at 330. So we'll generally look at that. Pinterest with a sell. What's up with Pinterest? Nice little move right now. Okay. So Pinterest getting, so not only do I look at, this, we also look down here at this. So there's probably something going on with Pinterest right now with an increased amount of volume. So nice little upside push there for pins with a sell imbalance into the close. So something to look at there with a nice move up right here. I'm actually getting my ear right now. Pins just moving around from Benzinga. So they don't really know what's going on right now. And then Tesla as... a possible, that makes sense. Reddit's going crazy, right? So, all right, so there it is. So it's just a sympathy play with that.
I like
good,
those.
Yeah, good call there by the Benzinga dude in my ear. Just said possibly going up with Reddit. But again, they just read what they hear. Wow, Reddit.
Whoa,
I mean,
going on?
Sharif asked me about this on the midday. He's like, Katina, what do you think about going long? I said, as long as it breaks this, 50, what was it, 51.50? What did he get long? Right here, I think? 51.50 or something. Nice move to the upside, and then there goes Reddit again. We had Danielle Shea on Thursday talking all about the different IPOs and getting into Reddit. We talked about wait for something, but I don't think we have anything today. Just a nice move to the upside, and what that something would be to me would be an earnings report, because if you're looking at ARM, and we're going to go to Adair in just 1 second, the comp for me is ARM. Because, again, another major tech play that sort of went down off their IPO before eventually getting going. I mean, they were lucky enough to get that October bottom as well, right? I mean, the whole market took off from there. So how much of that was that? You still pushed back into the 50 period. So I would say never fear for Reddit, but, for right now, it's gone right there to the upside. Let's go back over and find out what Adair is up to.
This part of the show brought to you by Trade Ideas. Real-time scanning and alerting used in our desk by many of our traders every day. See what's moving in the moment with Trade Ideas. Check out the link in description for 20% off.
Stupid Intel. Stupid Intel, but then we'll just go props up on it because we made some back. So it's all good. I can't believe we got stopped out up there. Good call here with, it seems to be anyways, with the futures, as that's trying to make another move to the downside right now as well. So we'll wait to see if we can get something. We're bidding 16s, remember? And it wicked down to, we're bidding 17s. Both those bottom ticks there that we've been sitting here for, we're bidding 17s, are both at 17. So should we just put it to 18? Let's see what happens. We'll keep it there at 17 and see if we get filled. IBIT doing nothing, Intel, and the TQs into the close. But do we just? I mean, honestly, dude, this is going.
60s.
What is Reddit doing? So Reddit's doing nothing. DWAC's doing nothing. But yeah, this name, man, Reddit just continues to go 30 points today, up 30%, not 30 points. Huge move for Reddit. I should maybe pay for shorts. I don't have any. So it's long or bust for me on this one. Reddit going to the upside big time here.
Yeah, I did. I remember talking to you in the morning. Sean did approve some shorts for me in the pre-market for Reddit there, and I was like, all right, well, if we get below this 45, that day one, day two kind of low area was doing some decent RVOL in the pre-market as well. You can see, but straight squeeze and that bid holds off the open. Not only does it hold, we blast through all-time highs there. Oh boy, did I miss that one right there? 57.80s.
All-time highs.
Yeah. All-time highs on Reddit. Well, 3 days.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Weak highs.
Yeah, weak highs, which also happen to be all-time highs. But yeah, Reddit definitely pushing towards the highs. Take a look at that volume coming in. These are fresh prices on Reddit. Oh boy, is that absolutely wild. I did miss that breakout. It seems like that VWAP hold was quite nice, but I was like, if VWAP can get down to 40, if Reddit can get down to if Reddit can get down to 45, I would like to bid some, but it did that in the pre-market, and wow, we are way past that 45 mark, printing about 15 points higher going into the close with only about 20 minutes left. Oh boy, I do have to kind of de-lev going into these.
Too much time left.
Yeah, the imbalances in 10 minutes.
Yeah, GME, a sympathy play for Reddit. We can have a quick look. I mean, remember, these sympathy plays are what they are as long as they're getting driven up by something. And I mean, GameStop has earnings Wednesday night or tomorrow night. We'll double check that. But either way, I mean, yeah, I mean, I could see that. Remember Wall Street bets and all that. People could love it. I would just say, why worry about anything else? If Reddit's going, you could just watch Reddit. I mean, here it goes through 60 and change going higher. Let's go over to Adara.
The GameStop earnings are scheduled for March 26th after market close from what I'm seeing, so that would be tomorrow night. Also, though, let's take a look at some of these S&P 500 names making bigger moves that maybe we haven't talked about or haven't discussed in a little bit while. And one of these is Lululemon. This one down about 4%. They had earnings last week and now getting a price target decrease from 610 to 546 here from Barclays while maintaining an overweight rating. So LU to the downside. Another one moving up here is SMCI. This one up about 9% right now after getting a price target increase from Northland Capital and an overweight rating from JP Morgan. So nice look here from some analyst ratings for SMCI Supermicro. And last but not least here, another analyst rating related move here. We do have CINF, this is Cincinnati Financial, getting a price target increase to 135 and an upgrade to outperform. So lots of analyst moves moving some of these S&P 500 names, guys.
All right, thank you, Darren.
Yeah.
Wild moves there happening on Reddit.
Well, I was just saying to you,
Crazy.
like, remember, to you, we know about it each other, but yeah, there's only 8 million shares outstanding right now for Reddit. So it's done 19 million shares today. There's only 8 million shares out there. So watch out. I mean, you don't have to watch anything. Just if you're long, congratulations, up in there at 31%. We've had some major moves today, including, let's go over and see what happened with Lucid quickly here. That gave it up, so that was up pretty nicely today as well. Much higher than this, into the 30s as well. We hit this and quit this, and that was a pretty good decision right there as Lucid continued to make new moves to the downside. So yeah, man, maybe Reddit is just the jam here into the close that everybody wants to watch, because why not? Continuing to work out here is Reddit longs. Its current high is 61.50. I would say, just to looking at this, we talked about a whoosh down in DWAC that wound up getting us out. The same thing could happen right here. I just feel, just be careful. We've already tested 58 and bounced off of that. Watch out if we break 58. That could be that for that name. And I just feel like, look what's happening to DWAC. Nothing right now. So we took a good advantage of that. Our best out is about $1.40 or so, and then finally getting out for that last like 30 cents. But you can see a lot of the attention away from DWAC now and right over to not Reddit, to not Lucid, to Reddit. Now look, higher again, man, 61 and change. Wow, man, the Reddit, the D-Gens, as I was told they're called. Shout out to Fabian right there for that one. They sure seem to be buying up this name here. Still not option eligible, right? So we'll have to wait to see what happens now with Reddit, just blasting off through 61 and change, man. There she goes, Reddit. We have this thing for that. We should put, well, can we fix that? Maybe we could put RDDT in the middle of that instead of AMC or have multiple ones. Because right now it's Reddit starting to moon to the upside.
Yeah, Reddit, absolutely wild move. I am unfortunately not really watching it right now. I got to watch 4 of these positions as of right now. I got Intel, Amazon, AMD, and Google on watch there. AMD. Oh boy, is that kind of chopping around quite nicely. So let's see, we got Intel, AMD, Amazon, right? Amazon. I'm like, I know I don't have one of these on my tapes pulled up right now, but okay. So Amazon still kind of chopping and churning. That 180 as of right now. Let's see where we got. Okay, so we did hold VWAP. We did have some strength off of that. Only about 6 minutes left going into the inbounds here. I am looking to kind of piece off a little bit of some of these positions here going into that inbound. But yeah,
Reddit has
decent
options.
Oh, does it have options?
Okay, yeah, I thought Danielle Shea said it took about a week for them to come on board, but I guess they went. Thank you to everybody in the chat there. Yeah, so they came on the March 21st. So as it didn't take long. That's my bad. I didn't mean to say they didn't have them to everybody out there. It's just I didn't realize they did. So yeah, all right, there we go, man. So that's probably fueling all this. At least to a little bit, as traders get in there and buy $61 options. Much cheaper, right? That was why, if you're going to look at a stock like Chipotle, Mexican Grill.
When is that split? That split's coming in soon.
Yeah, not till June 26th. So it's shareholders as of record the 18th. And then this price goes 50 to 1 back down to 50 or 60 bucks. We'll see where it's trading at that time come June. But that's why you do that. So you can potentially get action like this. So there it goes. We took another piece out on the TQs at 6:45 right now. We've had quite a good afternoon here with DWAC. We did not trade any Coinbase. That was a good one earlier where we took some money off the table. Then we put it right back on the table because it came right back up and touched that high, which today was 84s. So we got out once it broke 82s. Again, we always get out and then kind of flush happens. Not always, but a lot of the times that happens there again. We could have reshorted it up there. How have I known that's the high? Because every single high right now in Coinbase is a 52-week high. So today's 52-week high was 276, and then today, after today, you'll see it's going to be 283.50. We'll see if we can short off that. A trade that I just tweeted out was Palantir. You could see here. So Palantir, if you invested 10 grand at its IPO or direct list, it had a nice move up there. That got caught in a lot of that meme craziness for Palantir. Again, relatively new name at that time. Goes all the way up almost immediately. We were in this trade, 38,000 from 10. Then it came back in. It went against you about 2 or 3 grand, down there to 7, which just happened. Then in October, we had a blast up to where we are right now. So Palantir's been a roller coaster. But I have a new position announcement, Brendan and company. We actually went in there and bought some Snowflake. We bought Snowflake immediately off open today, so we're long 157 and change on Snowflake. Brand new position for myself. I like this trade, fell back into some levels. Look, I know there could be some rough patches ahead. I just like the computation and compilation. When you compile?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Data. So Snowflake there, great source for that. Let's see if Snowflake can get going. I think there's an opportunity here for Snow to get back up to the upside on new management as well.
3 more minutes.
Yeah, not much happening right now.
The inbound. Yeah, nothing.
Reddit going to be wild after hours.
Action. Oh yeah. Think about maybe a potential squeeze.
Oh, not potential. I feel like it will. I mean,
look at
DWAC.
Yeah.
So there we go. Watch out for DWAC. Tomorrow your shares get turned into DJT. The thing is, maybe we can have a DWAC too and go DJJT. Donald Trump Jr. Donald J. Trump Jr. DJTJ. That's what it is.
DJTJ.
DJTJ. That sounds like a good
I like
symbol.
that. Yeah, DJTJ.
Donald Trump Jr. That's it. So Donald J. Trump Jr. Right? Okay. So Donald J. Trump. There it is. Tomorrow coming through. We'll find that for a symbol change. Please do not add us. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how long it's going to take for your shares to change names. Ask your broker immediately. Tell them, look, I got DWAC shares. Tomorrow there's a symbol change. When can I get out of them? Or, what did I say?
What?
J, okay, so J's for John. Okay, so Donald John Trump Jr.
Donald.
Donald John
Right.
Trump. This is what it means telling me in my ear. I mean, whatever it is. Who cares? Hey, Mr. DJ, turn my mic down today and turn my headphones up. But anyway, should be an exciting trade tomorrow. We'll be on that trade. So tomorrow I'm paying for shorts if they're available in our system. That's going to be a wild, wild trade, man. If we trade a DWAC today, wait till tomorrow when those shares, there's going to be none available to trade because they're going to be stuck in people's accounts. I feel like it's going to be a wild trade. So be careful with that tomorrow. This name should be gone. And DJT tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, I'm just keeping a close eye on the inbounds here. I do have
oh, yeah, that's right.
my stops in. Only got a few more seconds there, Sean, for these inbounds to kind of come out. So where is my NASDAQ one? Okay.
You pretty much want to
there it
cancel
is.
most
Alright,
of your orders if you have big orders sitting there at this time.
Yeah, I think I got my stops in. I've accepted the risk on every single one of them. But yeah, I'm just kind of, I got my hands on the keys as well, just in case.
Here we go.
Here we go. All right, cool. There comes AMD. AMD to the downside. Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah.
Glad we kind of held that one. Let's see if it kind of pops right back in. I do want to be a little bit wary about that one. Google pushing highs as well. 178.80s holding as of right now. What is, I also should be probably looking at the inbounds. So here are some of the inbounds there.
It's 1.9 with a B to sell.
Okay, all right, 1.9 billion to sell. Nothing too crazy here as of right now. Let's see if we see anything interesting here. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Amazon coming in back into VWAP on that flush. Let me just take a quick look here. So we got about 10 minutes left till the close. Watching this AMD as well. Let's see if we can come back in and make some lows into this 178, or if we pop back up. Again, I gotta watch this to see if there's any sort of bounce there. But AMD, not really seeing it. So not really seeing it on the list here near the highs. We got Softy with an 800K sell. So yeah, all right. So there's Intel coming in as well. Here comes the ES.
Yeah.
So the ES. This is where we got a little wiki in the morning. Let's see what we do with that. Let's see if the NQ can also get down to these wicks here going into the close. Only about 9 minutes left now. Oh boy, here we go. I got to do better at adding on to this AMD position, as we're almost a point in the money here. 178 halves printing right now. Okay, all right. So there comes Intel as well. Part of my chart has ghosted me here from 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock there on the Intel chart. So missing some price action, but I got multiple charts here. Again, didn't we? I think I asked you this question in the morning.
Nvidia might take 950.
Session.
Yep.
950. Oh right, yeah. Nvidia coming back down into VWAP as well, of course.
Whatever you wanted to ask.
No, I remember we were talking about the correlation between screens and P&L.
Yeah. So I have some screens for you, if you're interested. But yeah, so hopefully you got 4. Are you having a better P&L day, or P&L is the same, right? How many screens you got over there? 4?
6.
6. What kind?
They're 1080p's. They're good.
6. Okay.
They're good. No, you know what? I like the screens. I got to do a lot of real estate there.
Oh yeah, am I just like wearing off on you? What the hell are you doing with 5 positions, bro?
I liked what I saw on all of them. So
yeah, man.
I just like that one. I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Thank you.
For turning you into
Accept the risk. No, Sean. I'm blessed to sit here right beside you, man. You've had some solid trades. Those Intel, the churning on Intel.
Yeah, Intel's
the
been
DWACs,
good right now too. Yeah.
Oof. I got a lot to learn, Sean.
So by the way, I understand that. Someone in the chat said he's not a junior. So look what I just literally Googled, DJTJ, and immediately DTJT. So that's what we're talking about. See you later. All right, so here goes Intel. We just covered a little bit at that bottom right there. I'm just so excited for tomorrow. I think that should be a lot of fun. The TQs to the downside again. Spin it. So yeah, a couple good trades here to end the day. And guess what? Congratulations. We'll spin this because there goes Bitcoin. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I was going to say, if and when we ever get some like fun merchandise going, I'm the first buyer of the "Oh Boy" T-shirt.
Oh, yeah, I would wear that.
Got to figure out like got to get like your face on there. Oh boy, something like that with like a little.
Maybe not the face. That's a little.
No. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah.
pay you for the likeness, Obi. Don't worry about that. All right. So nice little move there. Intel 31 cents.
178 on AMD.
If there's an
Damn.
oh boy, yeah, you've got that one right
I will
there.
take that.
Boom,
Thank
there
you.
it
Come
is.
again.
Let's
All
go.
right. Boom.
There it is.
I
All right,
like
here
that
we got to go
trade.
like this. Where's the props up thing here? See what I'm doing?
Oh, sorry.
There it is, man. No,
Sorry,
get out
I
of
did
your
not
trades.
mean to leave
No,
you
get
hanging.
out of your trades. I didn't realize you have all this cash floating in there.
In
We
the
like
zone
that
right
one.
now. Trading in the zone.
Yeah, stay in the zone, man. Stay in the zone. All right, nice move down there for the TQs. As boom, there it is, man. We'll go a little Brendo action right there across the screen. Nice move to the downside right there for the TQs. And then we'll put another bid. Hey, why not? Wow, there's a flush. Okay, then I don't say
damn.
that we do right there. Face slap it out. All right. Wow. Good movements to the downside here, man. Man, are we having fun or what? Intel. Okay, we'll take that at 86. Boom again, man. Let's go. It's not one of those. It's one of these. As we'll do a little floss off on Intel. Get that out. Get out on everything as we go. So nice little move upside. Oh no. Here goes Bitcoin going longer again, and we are long. So there it is. Uh-oh. Good one. Oh yeah, we need like an uh-oh spaghetti
Why did
go
I
again
not-
because we got
I
one
tried
with
to-
him. We got another one with.
Sorry, what's up?
It wasn't you.
Okay.
Another
Oh,
one.
another one.
Another one.
And then after this, we got another show. All right, I apologize if you're sick of me, but
Oh,
there's
what did I
another
just
one
do? Don't do
coming
that.
up right now, the market recap show. It'll be Mr. Michael Noss and myself. So we'll have the Beard Gang coming through with Michael,
else do I
and we'll talk all about everything with him. I'm gonna ask him about MSTR. What the hell is going on with this levered Bitcoin monster?
Look at that stack on Intel. Right there.
The only stacks, the only stacks we're talking about, my guy, over here. But yeah, we'll go have a look at this.
Stack on the ask on Intel. Pretty nice.
You're
Well, 40
slapping
41
those stacks on the ask of Intel? Is that what you said?
maybe to get out here, but I don't know. This might be a little bit bigger than what I'm trying to do, but it is what it is. I'll take it and go.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. We are flat going
Yes,
about 4
sir.
minutes into the
Big
close.
close.
All right.
Big close. You happy?
Decent. I am content.
Good.
Wow, Apple. What happened there?
Flushy, flushy?
Holy.
What?
Damn.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, a little bit of
little
flushy.
flushy right there on Apple. Good thing
was like,
Sharif wasn't
okay,
here. He'll
well.
steal that, and you'll never stop saying that. Okay.
I really want to
Not-
see what the tape looked like on that. Holy.
So that must have been an imbal, right? I mean, can we
Well,
safely
yeah.
say that there was something there?
I mean, no, there's
a
3 minutes to
milli-
go. Yeah, that was off the inbound, I guess.
A milli. That ring any bells
Best
with you?
song to
Yes!
test your base.
He knows.
Best song to test. I grew up on Lil Wayne.
Okay, good. Me too.
Best punchline artist. One of the best
punchline
punchline artists. He had those one-liners that would have you going like, damn.
Yeah, I know. If you can understand them, yeah, no, that's for sure. And again, a shout out to the Green Bay Packers, who I can't say that in front of Mr. Fragile over there because he's just like, did you win the Super Bowl? But anyways, Lil Wayne's favorite team is the Green Bay Packers.
The market's doing right now into the close.
Yeah, man, we're happy with that because you know that we
He
had.
owns the Green Bay Packers? Is
I
that what
do.
you? Oh, okay.
No, it's a public company, public franchise, Green Bay Packers. You could buy a share too. No, Lil Wayne. The story is that he literally grew up on the streets of New Orleans.
Right.
And
yes.
there was someone donated his family a bunch of Packers gear when he was younger. So he was always basically wearing Packers stuff when he was rolling around the streets. So he just became a Packers fan. He's been at Lambeau. He's done, I think he might have even sang the anthem one time, which was, I think, ridiculous there, but that was a lot of fun. Look at the TQs going to the downside as well right now. Nice move down in right there, bouncing off 62. Let's figure out what happens there. Good movement to the downside. Man, were we short. We talked about being short. Cancel all them scripts. We're done now. We even mentioned going back down to VWAP, so let's go, man. We cooked up some nice ones into the close. I hope all of you were able to watch, have some fun with us. We shorted the Qs. We shorted Intel. What else were we short? You had AMD.
AMD on that breakdown. Yeah, I gotta go back and look at that one. That one was clean.
AMD was nice.
Oh, yeah.
Disney on this. Oh, damn. Disney right there. We got stopped out at 118, but we definitely hit that long. It's up to our level, baby. Oh. Hallelujah. We'll be getting out of some of this one. I might even put it out for tomorrow, right off open. Disney back up to 120. This is the play for me, man. We put this in our account. We talked about it. We're really happy with Disney. Yes, sir. Wow. Good move there. Pretty happy. Less than... Oh, nothing. I heard something about a case, but it's not involving anything that we trade. All right, Disney upside move with only, man, 45 seconds to go. I'm going to flip over. Do you have countdown if it says countdown?
Yes.
Hit that.
I do.
Okay, with 10 seconds left.
Yes.
I'll see you later. Thank you, Obi.
Yeah, thank you for having me. We'll be back tomorrow as well with Sean. Yes, of course. Stick around, guys. Market recap coming up just in a few seconds, actually. 30 seconds left. Hope you guys had a great trading day. A lot of opportunities. I definitely need to get better, learning from better traders, of course. Every day. So, all right. So Intel coming into the close, that nice flush into the close on the NQ and the ES. Softy, I took a look, was breaking down as well. All right, countdown. I'm not going to miss it today. 10, 9, maybe a little bit too early. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, Adara. Anyways, so as I was saying, that craziness, lots of opportunity in the market. Strong quadunk going into the close. Hope you guys had a great trading day. Red or green, lots of lessons to be learned indeed. What is the next trade? I don't know, but I'll be finding out soon enough with a little bit of review of the day. Hope you guys, again, join us tomorrow. I will be here for the rest of the week as Neil is off. But without any further ado, I'm going to pass it off to Sean at the big desk. Stick around for the market recap. Take care, guys.
Very nice. Nice close there today. Thank you so much for everybody joining here, the market recap show. Actually, I don't need this in my ear. We don't have too many earnings coming through on the board today. We will look at, and we'll talk about Dada was one of the bigger ones that is going to report here tonight. And then I want to look at possibly GameStop and CCL, maybe some future looks right there as we'll go into, well, you guys can call it up, our topic board coming through as we log in right now. A little bit of a spicy day, especially into the closes. We had a nice push back here into the close for the NASDAQ. So that's XLE today. The winner of them all, man, up another 1% as energy gets going today. Nice move up for XOM, nice move up for XLE. But it was the NASDAQ that sort of had that downside push there near the end of the day. Let me flip this over and see what do we have on here. 3-minute chart. So there it is. Little bit of a bleed into the close on the NASDAQ. Just pulling back. We had a nice move. I was short up there, so that was good. Again, the reason why I felt the short could come in, I don't know. I wasn't sure if we were going to get through Friday's levels, which are up here. We didn't. We came pretty close. Nice push back down on the triple Qs into the end of the day, thus giving us a red day, but pretty flat overall considering where we were. So again, nice trading into the close if you were short. Shout out to everybody that's here right now. We won't do a roll call now, but this is what it looks like when it does come through. Shout out to Kyle, shout out to Bears vs. Bulls, Hold My Beer, and everybody as well. I got to give a big shout out to Obi. Thank you for all his work today on the main show, and he'll be back tomorrow into Friday where we don't have a show. Shout out for Good Friday and everybody. You can rewatch the podcast. Maybe we'll release the podcast on Friday. Good Friday. Part 1 and part 2, yeah. Maybe we're going to change that. Oh, we're also working on guests as well. That should be a fun thing to do. We'll switch it up there. So, hey, shout out to everybody that's with us today. UNG Gold with a nice move today to the upside. So we like gold. Nice move back into 200. Watch out for that top. Again, holding some of these bids. The big mover today, though, guys, honestly, it's the biggest and the baddest of them all. Let's just give a big shout out to Bitcoin. Bitcoin and crypto. Big movement to the upside there. If we go over to a daily chart for BTC, look at this, man. Just waited for today. Nice move up. Kind of did nothing over the weekend. comes in today and blasts higher. I don't know if this is news related or not, but crypto definitely taking off to the upside. We will have Michael Noss coming through very, very soon. And look at this play. I was almost called up MSTR on this Bitcoin chart, but this is basically a cheat code right now. MSTR, we talked about this on the podcast. Many of you wanted to know, why is MSTR, which just hold Bitcoin, going up exponentially every single day? Well, the reason is they're highly levered. So what MSTR MicroStrategy has done is they ask for your money in the form of convertible debt offerings into shares, or just paying 3, 4, 5%. So people are lending them money at 3 or 4, 5%, and all they're doing is being quite obvious, going in and buying more Bitcoins. So as Bitcoin continues to go to the upside, these guys on borrowed money are getting this natural bump up. So MSTR, genius move, man. Michael Saylor sailing away on those cruise ships because Bitcoin giving their traders another 23% to the upside right there, starting to go. Bears versus Bulls. If there's any questions for Michael Noss in the chat, let's get those going. We will ask him. I got some of my own. So we'll do that as well. All right, financials downside a little bit today as we go over some sectors here. Let's just check out Data. Did they release their earnings yet? What? This name is $2 a share. What am I even covering this for? All right, into the close. We'll see if there's any actions here at all. Wait a second. Why don't I have time frame? Where do I have the properties? This should be, yeah, okay, show post market. Okay, so nothing happening yet, Dada here in the aftermarket. What's happening with Apple? So again, these are 3-minute charts. Let's draw it down to a 1-minute chart. We had a nice move down on an imbalance there for Apple. Again, we looked at this. This was a sticky no play today. Although we weren't convinced about Apple, we talked about, let's see what the market wanted for Apple today. So they actually wanted higher for a bit. Comes into the 200 period. What a great fade that was on AAPL. 71.70, pushes all the way back down. We'll look for a short in and around $72 tomorrow for Apple. The trade really of the day, in my opinion, let's go to a 3-minute chart, was this flush early on Apple. But again, you'd had to, how would you know that was going to stop at 169.50? We actually had this short. We'll talk about that. I think it was Meta. Hydration Nation. Meta into 5 bills right there. What a flush. Yeah, too long talk. What is TLDR is too long, didn't read, right? Or don't read. Okay, so nice move to the downside there. Flushed into 5 bills. And then look at that, man. What a wick to that bottom in a 3-minute chart. Even if you look at a 1-minute chart for Meta, this is where you got to have all your ducks lined up, right? Because I don't know how you see some of these trades on Meta. Let me just zoom back out there. But there it is on a 1-minute chart. Great opportunity to get that dip, okay? The RSI in a 1-minute hits 19s there on a 1-minute. So that would have been a good buying opportunity again. But hey, in the face of panic, you have to know your levels. That would have been a good one right there. So we wanted to watch a little bit about crypto on the sector watch. I don't see that much, man. I mean, we could ask Michael about uranium and some of these solar names, but honestly, we've talked to this guy a lot about that. Some of these tick downs, you're going to look for some support down here near recent bottoms for both uranium and solar levels. So they just continue to be interesting names, but I don't really think they're too traded. The SPY, again, near and at all-time highs. Again, we can zoom in just to see some of those levels. But again, the SPY, we had a high level there on Thursday, Friday, and then today, just trying to hold above $500 for the spiders. So that's a play that we have to watch out for. We'll just keep checking on Data to see if there's any releases. I see some people asking about that. We have it written up there. Again, the week ahead. I know it's getting cut off a little bit, but that's so Data not doing anything. What I want to talk about was, and maybe we can do this, Michael, if you're listening, let's have a quick look at GameStop, because GameStop earnings coming post-market on the 26th. So GameStop's had a really nice move up, man. I mean, if we go into the daily chart here for GameStop, today's move, pretty good. But look at why I wanted to talk about the daily for GameStop. We've had a beautiful level here of $13. That's held. Okay, today up 17%. Is that part of the Reddit trade? We've seen Reddit go off today as well. GameStop with the nice move upside. Again, 22% short float, looking to turn profit this next quarter. We'll see if GameStop can do it. We're not going to sit here and analyze like, hey, what if it turns profitable? What does that mean? I mean, the amount of shares that are outstanding on GameStop, you still see, where's the float? 270 million shares, so we're not really going to look at that. Its market cap is pretty small, I believe. No, that's cash. Ooh, a nice cash position of 1.2 billion. That's for sure. Where can I find market cap? Yeah, 4.5 right now in the market cap. So this is another interesting name to come. Watch out for 16, 17%. Expected move on this one, 20% on earnings. We'll see if GameStop can hold this $13 level. Another interesting name that I wanted to look at that's really been cooking, again, RCL has made a nice move to the upside. We'll see if Carnival can do something similar. Again, a nice market cap of 19 billion. This name's really been flushed out, back down in October, down to 10. And again, I asked Obi this. What was up with your travel plans? You know, he again got offered to take another flight because flight overbooked. So I like the travel names here. CCL, let's see if that can get going. And look at this convergence, 250 period, talking down here at 16. That looks like a good opportunity to buy some CCL, but for me, it's GameStop. That would be the more exciting name coming. We will ask Michael about that. Let's check out what Reddit's doing here. Whoa, we don't need to look at it daily for Reddit. I wanted to see a quick look here in the after hours. Again, it's going to be another hydration moment for me. All right, Reddit right now, nice move up, $60, $61 to the upside here. All right, someone shorted here. I'm just talking about what's happening in the chat right now. Shorted 100 Bitcoin. 100 Bitcoin, no you didn't. Right there, okay. We'll find out what's going on right now with Bitcoin. But again, if you have a question, yes, tag Bears versus Bulls. We'll ask Michael Noss a few questions there today. We did have Lucid on our mind early. Now, for me, Lucid was a good trade, LCID. This is my trading platform here today, so it will call up, again, some of the trades that we put on. Here's Lucid, good trade, fell in. We talked about this when we had Michael on early on today. Lucid was up 30, 40%. All right, it really fell in. We talked about buying it off of the 200, and VWAP was all over the place. So unless I can get a tick replay, it'll be hard to tell. But we bought some in front of $3, got it out into some of those pre-market levels. It did shoot higher. We were trying to see about that. Didn't work out. We got out and did not reload. So Lucid off that $1 billion from the Saudi investment, an affiliate of the PIF, they can't be happy. But again, $1 billion into this name. Not sure if it was optionable or not, so don't know if it's eligible strike price at a certain level, but not a good day for Lucid. Was up 30 or 40%. And then we had, unfortunately, puke all over myself on this one. Looks like my kids won't be able to get that new iPad because we threw a couple $100 at Fisker in the teens, and it looks like that couple $100 is going to go down the toilet right there. But we'll wait. Not sure. I don't know where this name's going to go. I'd have to find out the story on this because Fisker is going to go down to the pink sheets. I don't know if that's today, tomorrow, or the next, but Fisker, definitely a nice little downside move on that one. So there goes Fisker. I am not doubling down. Maybe at a penny, maybe, yeah, because, all right, I'll do it then. I'll do it at a penny because you know what? If you buy stock at a penny, how much can you lose? All of it. Yeah, see, that's the problem there. Fabian's like, you can only lose a penny. Yeah, but it's 100% of everything that you bought. So we'll have to watch out for that as Fisker. Its best days are definitely behind it. FSR. The big trade for me, though, was this triple Q short. So we actually traded the NASDAQ short side there. And I don't know what kind of feeling we got. We were short there early against that, and we got punched out right at 11:50, right into noon. And look, this happens to your boy. We get punched out before the tank. Yeah, just if Frank would have came earlier, right? That Frank the Tank would have told us about that. But then it came back in, and I said, you know what? Let's see what happens again. But this time we didn't put on a huge amount of shares. When it bounced up into here, at that point we actually zoomed back out. And I don't know if we're going to be able to see Fridays, but I really wanted to work off some of these levels into Friday's close. So luckily enough, we had some targets to the upside that didn't get broken. And then when this fell back in, it was just a good trade into the close there for the TQs, definitely falling off. Let's check out our friend, not WinVidya. We didn't trade it today. Okay, under 950. NVIDIA losing some steam here into the close and into the pre-market. Remember, our charts, I think, will shut off in around 4:15. So we'll just have to watch tape or level 1 here, or level 2. But coming in, it looks like NVIDIA may have a problem here holding this 946. And again, if you're going to trade NVIDIA, look how simple this is. All right, I'll leave it at that. Watch this. Look at this move right there. Up to 946. Failed, boom. That's a tough trade. You had to know to be long. But look where this comes back into. So this is what's created a many winning opportunities for us here on NVIDIA. Even as I zoom this back out to Friday, like, take shots. That's basically not like Little John shots like that, Fabian. Shots. Everybody. But yeah, take shots after you've closed your position. Whether or not it's a winning trade or not, maybe have a celebratory one. Like, whoosh, no more stress. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's worth a shot on this. NVIDIA pulls back into that level. Could be worth it there. You know, buying that, and again, you just got to assess your risk. But we'll watch out for 946 tomorrow. Coming in right now, 946. Also, look at that, man. Tops on Friday. Good little level there for NVIDIA. You should have probably had that. And just like the top side right here, we'll look tomorrow, 965, 966. But I think it was Michael on the show last week. It was definitely Brian. And I think we had like ideas here that NVIDIA had a target probably on its back of $1,000. I could see a pretty epic flush coming if we touch 1,000 and don't bounce off or don't break through that level. I think we want to be short in around 995. I think it's probably worth about $5 on that run right now. So okay, so those are a couple plays there. We can quickly look. I'm going to call back the Trade Ideas platform. And again, thank you to Michael. I mean, it's been really great having all this up here. And when he was first here, I was uncertain if I would like this chart in chart feature, but the fact that you could just flip it and have all of your sort of technicals follow it, I think that's great. So shout out to Trade Ideas for that. Definitely, Michael Noss and friends. You can ask him anything you want, and he'll get back to you pretty soon. Definitely on X, follow at Michael Noss. He's probably going to show us. I can see it loaded up here. They have a great web version. I just got to get on that, and he keeps bugging me about it, so we will do that. And you know what? Hey, if he's going to bug me about it, why not bug us all? Let's go over right now with Trader Talk. It's Michael Noss. Hey, Michael, you never bug me, so no problems with that one. But
I hope not.
No, it is not the case at all. But you guys have a great version. I always talk about it. It's awesome because it's mobile, too. You can check this stuff out. I remember when you were here maybe 2 years ago, you were like, the iPad version's coming. It's coming. This is a great opportunity to have multiple screens, including an iPad, including your iPhone, with your web version. I see that you have it up right now.
Yeah, we're happy with the web version, but we're not at all done. I guess I can tease with people. The next thing that we're going to be launching soon is we're going to be launching the ability to send orders via our paper trader on the web version, which will be good for those contests that we're doing. We're skipping this month, but next month we're going to do a contest where you can trade from your phone or from the web, and again, win $2,500 in Amazon gift card money. So we keep pushing on the web front. We're not forgetting the people that are running the download, but we know there's a lot of people out there that are mobile. You know, maybe they're at work and they're not allowed to install something or something like that. So, and as a Mac guy myself, I'm always pushing for more web version functionality as well.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Hey, give me an idea. If you won that $2,500, what's one thing that you would think about immediately that you'd go to Amazon and grab?
Oh, I'm going to be boring, but it's probably going to be diapers, right? I've got one in diapers, another one on the way in a week or so. So I'm going to need a lot.
A week or so. Well,
$2,500.
congratulations on that one. I didn't realize it was coming that quickly. Well, thank you for joining us here. And congratulations and a healthy birth to you and your family in about a week's time. So that means it can come anytime. So get ready for that, Mr. Michael Nas. Okay, there's a few things that you wanted to cover. Then I have a couple questions, and I promise you'll be able to handle them from our audience as per usual. And we both laugh when I say that because every single thing I've given you, you've answered. Amazing. What is TWST?
Oh yeah, I was doing some scanning when I was in the green room here, just trying to figure out some things to buy for tomorrow. And this one actually popped up on my list. I came on this morning, I talked about short squeeze stocks, and basically we haven't seen a short squeeze season for a while, and it seems like once a season we have to come through and squeeze all these names. So I talked about how I liked Carvana and Wayfair and a couple of these names. But as I was doing this scanning, and this is our anchored VWAP scan that we've actually built in conjunction with Brian Shannon, where it draws the anchored VWAP for you on the chart. Let me actually switch charts to whatever this is, and then go back to TWST, and you can see it drew that for me. This one looks interesting to me because it's drawing it off of this massive volume spike that happened here around $20 a share. And from that, it went all the way to 40, and now it's pulled back and it's found support at that anchored VWAP. The thing I like about this is got a 22% short float. So I'm adding this to my list of short squeeze type names to keep an eye on if we get back into short squeeze season.
So let's talk about that quickly because I know Anchored VWAP is something that Trade Ideas has inputted beautifully into their charts. And I know that we can use Trader TV 20. People can say, hey, if I'm going to look at Anchored VWAP, this is a wicked opportunity to do that because I know there's many other chart platforms that don't have it. So what is that scan all about? Where does it anchor the VWAP? Does it pick a random spot? Does it pick a high volume spot? Or does your scanner, how does that work? Because I feel like it's gotten the attention of a couple people in the chat here.
Yeah, so the thing that we separate from most other charting platforms is we want to draw the VWAP for you. Because when I remember I was in New York on Stone Street with Brian Shannon for his book launch party, and again, he's a friend of mine. I'm in his new Anchored VWAP book. If you read me, I'm way in the back because of recommendations, but we are friends. So I asked him, I said, okay, as a software service, what we try to solve problems. What's the problem that you're having as someone who uses Anchored VWAP tool? And a lot of people go, where do I draw it from? So that was what we went to try to build. So we have a myriad of scans. So this particular scan I'm looking at, it's looking at the highest volume bar in the last 6 months or so, and it's drawing the anchored VWAP from there, and it's only looking for stocks that are near that anchored VWAP. So this one's a little bit small. You can barely see it, but it was from this massive volume bar that you see here on STNE. But we have ones for year to date. We have one for major, turning points, highs and lows, things like that, where the user gets to pick what it is that they want to see the VWAP from, and then the system draws it for you. So again, this was built, and you have Brian Shannon all the time, so I don't need to shout him out, but shout out to him for his Anchored VWAP book. But all the setups you see in the book, those are what's in the software right now.
No, never heard of this book. Where's it, Michael?
I was actually looking around for mine myself.
It's here in the back. Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, again, a great system there. And again, one of the best parts about it is the access that we all have, with each other. Anybody can find you at Michael Nas CMT, and you can, go over some of those, how to set them up, potentially send you a layout. A lot of the layouts on Trade Ideas, of course, is over the cloud. So quick little link there, and absolutely no problem to get that out. Okay. Do you want to talk about anything else, or do you want to go right into some questions? Because I have a couple from the audience.
Let's just one thing
Sure,
I want to take a look at here on my screen, and this is just something that when it pops up, I always just want to pay attention to, and that is I have this tree maps, and you see Sean use the same thing, and this just shows me the sectors that I watch, which are up the most, which are down the most in the day. And one thing that was very interesting is we have ARKK up 2%, and then we have down here Berk B down 0.5%. So I look at this ratio between ARK and Berk, or Warren Buffett and Cathie Wood, as kind of a risk on, risk off toggle. So when I see ARK, dramatically outperforming on a day, that Berk is down a little bit, I look at that and say, well, maybe people are getting some appetite for these junkier stocks, which again may put a little bit more confirmation behind my it might be time for short squeeze season idea.
Right, I actually like that, and I think that looking for a possible switch and just the way the market's feeling about some of these names, right? We saw Carvana went to $91, $92 today. That was another name that you brought us earlier as well. Okay, let's go over to our audience because we got a couple questions here, and I want to thank Bears vs. Bulls for asking them to me, and then we're going to go over them right now. So get ready here, Mr. Michael Noss. All right, here we go. The first question coming through from Anurag, and he says, here, I'll put it in our chat right now so everybody can see it, and it's going to be about UNG, Michael, so call up UNG and let's have a quick look at this one. So here it is from Anurag here. It says, can we ask Mr. Noss, so he's asking nicely, okay, so that's good, on his views on UNG for a long swing trade off of this $15 level. So let me just call it up here. By the way, Dada, I don't know if the earnings are out or not, guys, but it is not moving at all. So I'm going to pass on that. I didn't realize it was only a $2 name. But UNG, you, myself, and many people out here have called this name the Widowmaker for good reasons. If you can't guess, which way the wind is blowing, this seems to be a hard name to trade. But UNG down here at 15, Michael, to me, it looks okay. How does it look to you?
Yeah, I'm going to say the same. And I brought this a couple weeks ago when I was talking about the different sectors that I thought had the potential to have money rotate into when and if we ever see the top to the semiconductors. UNG being one of those names. Now, I think you got a clear level here at $15. Full disclosure, after I gave that presentation with you guys, I did buy some, so I'm long a little UNG around 15 or so. The caveat I'd always give to natural gas that Sean just said is it is the widowmaker. So you can see massive gaps. When you talk about things that are traded worldwide, right, the price of natural gas doesn't stop because the stock market closes. There's a whole other world that is going to trade this, that these gaps can be pretty pronounced. So you need to make sure you're sizing accordingly. It's nice to say I'm going to be long in front of 15, maybe 14.50 or something is my stop, but you need to be totally okay with a gap to 14 or 13 and not have that be that big of a deal. Now, one thing I did do to try to hedge this, instead of just buying the ETF in itself, you can take a look at names that could benefit. So I talked about during that same presentation, LNG, and I did buy a little bit of this as well. You can see this downtrend line that broke. As long as we kind of hold above this 160 area, I like the look of that. And the reason that I think that this is such a good way to kind of hedge the UNG exposure is because if I go over here to the monthly chart, you can see even though UNG has been getting killed, LNG is still a profitable company that although it works with natural gas, it's still holding well. I do think that this will move nicely if natural gas prices move, but it's not going to go to zero anytime soon as a big, I'm seeing $40 billion company. So that might be another way to take a look at it.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. And people, you give us some names as well in the lithium and uranium space, not just looking at the ETF, but also looking to see if there's any attractive names inside of those different holdings as well. And again, Trade Ideas can do that for you. So guys, go check that out. Okay, one more as we're running a little bit short on time here. Okay, here we go. So let's come over to the screen right now. This is A-Lab, Michael. This is Astera Labs. This is another recent IPO. So Chris Miller, ALAB. He wants to know, can you just have a look at A-Lab? I don't know exactly what the question is, but again, I would assume that we've had a beautiful move up. I mean, this was one that came to IPO back on the 20th. And really, I mean, I don't know. If you didn't know this was an IPO, this looks like a pretty healthy chart, I would think. Pullbacks being bought up, definitely supported here on an early 200 period moving average. To me, this looks fine. And I'm guessing a lot of this is within reason because of the recent hype that we've seen, especially into today for Reddit. So Reddit took off today, up another 34%. A-Lab, again, without the share float issue, we have 81 million shares here, so that's going to be a little different. But wow, another 23% up. What's it looking like to you, Michael, with, of course, the caveat that we've only had about a week or so of trading?
Yeah, these things are hard from a technical point of view because you're right, we don't have much data. So what I will say on something like this is, first of all, again, you need, from a technical point of view, you need a lot of data. And an IPO that rips like this can cause a lot of FOMO, and that FOMO can cause a lot of damage. I read a study somewhere, and I'll try to find it, and you can hit me up on Twitter. I'll send it to you once I find it. But it was a study done on all IPOs, and essentially all IPOs that are out there, 80-something%, I believe the number was, undercut their IPO price by a significant margin at some point in the first couple months of trading. This one just opened up and ripped.
Yep.
So, again, 85% means 15% don't. So this could be one of those that doesn't. But I'm just knowing that and knowing, how FOMO and high it is, to me, that makes me very hesitant to chase this move.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I feel the same way. We talked about ARM as it stayed underneath for quite a while as well, and now ALAB trying to get back upside right there. So what's up, Fabian? Back to both of us, please. There it is. Okay. All right. Well, hey, we'll see you again, man. You'll be coming back. Oh, no, Friday is Good Friday. Oh, no, I might not see you. And then we're doing the podcast. Oh, my God, I'm all flustered right now. Well, in case I don't see you again, best of luck with everything, obviously, there with you and the family. Thank you for coming on one more time. It's Mr. Michael Noss. Where can they find you?
Michael Noss, CMT, on pretty much all the good social medias.
Good, we like that. And then definitely go support this guy, Trader TV20 at Trade Ideas. So thank you, Mr. Michael Noss. Have a good one and best of luck, my friend.
Thanks for having me. Have a good one.
Oh, anytime. Special moments for sure in the Noss household, man. I get jealous of all of that. Those were good times in our household as well, as you get anxious about what is to come. So, all right. So here's Palantir. Let's go over to Sean's tweets real quick. Next topic. So there it is right there. All right. So I just want to talk about roller coasters here a little bit, and not the ones that you throw up on, not the ones that give you a headache or anything like that. Although if you're invested in some names, you might want to do both of those very, very often. I just want to show you that I just feel like this is a good example here, because you just kind of got to like the name. What's up there? There we go. Where am I? There I am. Oh, I'm underneath the horn. Now I look like the Ram myself. There it is. All right. So investing right away. So this is Palantir again, a stock that's, I believe, going to get added to the S&P 500. They've met the criteria. At some point, it's going to go there. But look at everything that you've had to sort of withstand. You IPO direct listed, okay? So similar to an IPO, but a direct listing. There's a 25-year-old company when they came to market, all right? So a nice move to the upside. They got caught up in all that Cathie Wood, ARK, meme craziness. This goes back to when GameStop was $500, so on and so forth. A lot of these names got excited. DraftKings, go on and on and on. Nice little dip down in, back up to 31,000. So you got 4 times your money, 3 times your money, 1.5 times your money. Then all of a sudden, yeah, it does look like Bitcoin, doesn't it? Then it comes back down and bases out, right? And now all of a sudden now you're up that 2.6 times. I just feel like if you find a name that you like, you got to stay with it. There's no point in getting in and out. If you are a day trader, that's one thing. But if there's a name that you like, I definitely think you got to hold on to something. And I say that because we go back and forth now with Apple and especially with NVIDIA. Stay with some of the names, especially if you like the story. I think there's more upside coming in Palantir. I do own the stock. All right. And then here goes what Michael Noss was talking about a little bit, but let's take the other side. These are some of the best IPO pops that we've ever seen in history. So these are all, again, tech companies. So you might say, well, what about Saudi Aramco or whatever? This is just tech names, eBay, Yahoo, LinkedIn. And again, a lot of these have to do with incorrect pricing. I mean, Reddit came to market. It was not up 50% on the day. It wasn't even close, but it was up 50% from that $34 pricing. So when it ends the day at $51, then it looks like it's a bump up of 50%. But just take that consideration. Reddit playing with the big boys now, Amazon, Google, and Facebook. So make sure you follow me, man, at Trader TV Sean. Today's sticky note was pretty good. Oh, let's just check this out. We actually didn't call this up on the show. This is a little poll that we put out. Oh, 200 votes. All right, we'll take it. Right there. Are you buying tomorrow DJT? Ramin's not here, so I can't get in trouble for saying DJ TJ. But this is Donald's. Will there be a junior coming out? DWAC tomorrow. We'll see what happens. 200 votes. Again, pretty lopsided. Many traders saying no. I think it's going to be an awesome trading vehicle. That is, check my sticky note tomorrow for more ideas. Let's just see what that did in the after market here. Here's DWAC. Will be gone as of tomorrow. So nice move up, hit the 52. We had that 50 break. We only traded it twice today. And let me just zoom back out as we went a little too far. Good trade there. Buy the 50, out at 51, out at 51.50, out on the 50 period there of 50.50. We talked about getting out on that break. You know, pretty good break to get out on because honestly, we cranked it back into 49. So I don't think I would have wanted to hold that against me. So tomorrow it's DJ TJ time. It's 4:33. I want to thank everybody for watching, but we're not done yet. One more, and then we'll let everybody go. We can't do this show without you, so I'm going to shout out everybody that stayed late. And I know there wasn't huge earnings today. There's still over 2,000 of you. I say thank you to that. You can check out the podcast. This turns into a podcast as well. If you miss it, immediately watch, go to Spotify, go to Apple, go to YouTube. It'll be there in a couple minutes. As soon as this show's done, we'll get that out for you. But who's here right now? 5-year plus owner for Apple. I like to see that. So that's good. Yeah, we almost finished. What's up to Bora? What's up to John? Bears versus Bulls is here. You're damn right, Bears, man. The traders do stay late. Thank you so much, Bears, for getting me some of those questions. Silver Auto's here. Tom Trades. Thank you to everybody as well. Europe is here. Dan Emmons is here. What's up, Dan? What's up to Chef Show? What's up, Chef? He's cooking it up, man. Congratulations, Chef, man. Big trades on NVIDIA, big trades on Tesla. Those keep on coming through. What's up to Henry? Hugh is here as well. Josh is here. Hold My Beer's here. Bristol's here. Man, hey, I don't know if I'm a machine or not, but we're here every single day. But this week we cut it short because there's no trading on Good Friday. No matter what, I'm going to see you here tomorrow. Big shout out to Obi. Big shout out to Dara, Fabian, Ramin, everybody that helped with this show. Thank you so much, Michael Noss, for coming through. Traders stay late, but I'm not staying any more late than what we are right now. So ciao to everybody. I'm coming home, Marissa. I'll see you then. Go find me on Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere except for TikTok. See you then. Ciao.